And we should be back, hopefully. Alright. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully everything's good. Hopefully we good. I kind of want to give it a minute or two before I continue the video because now I'm slightly nervous. It does look like that was a true skip though because the bitrate basically tanked. The stream went down and then it's right back to normal like immediately. Normally when we're having like bad internet issues, aka Spectrum is doing maintenance and didn't warn us. Usually, or ice storms. Ice storms also cause internet issues, but that's also technically a Spectrum issue too. Usually in that case, it tanks and it takes a minute to get back and it doesn't bounce back as fast. Hey, Hypnotic, how goes it? We made it 7.5 hours and then the stream kind of cut. It was a fast stream though, or fast stream. It was a fast skip though, so I'm thinking it was just a single skip in the internet because I have been streaming for 7.5 hours. We were gonna watch this and then I was gonna cut the stream. Why is my mobile keyboard not automatically capitalizing my shit? Because mobile sucks. Everything sucks. Like, give me one example of something that's mobile that's better than the actual non-mobile version. There. Hope you're doing good, though. Everything should still be working. Skeleton should still be up. Butt spot still in action. Just double checking. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we finished Soma. I don't know. I'm assuming you haven't been here because you had work. How did that go? How did new job go? I hope it went good. We finished Soma. We took a little snack/food break where I had some ice cream and other snacks. And we watched some body cam videos that were hilarious and kind of depressing. That turned into also talking with Endo for a little bit, not too long. And then we switched to Everhood. We tried Everhood. We played that for like an hour and some change. And then we just started this. Yo! Oh, hell yeah, there you go. That's awesome. I'm tempted to do the eval gamer thing and just restart the video since we're only 4 minutes in. I think I'm gonna do that. Fuck it. It's only 4 minutes.
3 doors down.
Fuck it!
Can't ignore it.
Hi, Grandma. Have you heard from Mom?
Oh, nice! There you go. Fuck yeah.
You let anything for it. What to do?
I'm not gonna get a birthday or Christmas and disowned by my entire family.
I'm kind of waiting to see if the internet has issues too, so I think rewinded is the best thing, because not only can you guys see stuff if you've missed stuff, but also it's kind of a test to make sure the internet stays up for 4 minutes straight. It should, but I don't want to jinx it, because the bitrate's still in the green. Like I said, normally when it cuts like that, it takes a minute to get back, and it's not even like fully back when it gets back, and that's what happens when Spectrum's doing maintenance. But this was very quick, so...
And my house is completely trashed. It looks like someone broke in the side door.
Okay, how long have you been gone?
I've been gone all school day.
Actually, while this is happening, I have to shoot a text to someone.
How old are you?
15.
This works.
I need you to take a deep breath. I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay?
Okay. My mom's car is here and it's on, and she's not home. And she was supposed to go to work today, and I can't find her.
Okay. Your mom's car is there. Is there any other way she ever get to work? Does she ever get a ride from anyone else?
No, the car is on. It's turned on.
The car is on, and you're sure she is not there.
I love how his police, you guys will see, but I love how his buddy like calls him out. So why you got bruises on your face
My
and
full
shit?
name is Gregory Logan Ramos.
They done took the Xbox.
And
they fucked that entire house up bad. That house is
As the 911 operator is gathering information from 15-year-old Gregory, officers are arriving on the scene.
The show wild. The sheriff is the sheriff. So this is the case of Gail Clevenger.
She works in an architecture firm up in Orlando.
Is she normally home this time of day?
No, she gets home at 6:30.
Okay.
She actually leave for work before you? She dropped me off, and then she usually just heads back to the Sunrail and hops in the train with her bike. And is anybody else live here once again? My dad and my 2 step-siblings. Where are they at? My dad is on a business trip in Seattle. He'll be back this afternoon at 6:30.
Okay.
And then the 2 stepchildren have their moms.
Okay.
But everything is gone. Like, except for like the mounted TV on my
Like, he
wall.
says everything is gone, so I'd like to know if valuables were actually missing.
Hoping
Because,
to
like,
gain
it's
some
torn
insight into this
apart, but that
burglary,
doesn't
two
mean that
officers
something
take a
was
walk
stolen,
through
you know what I mean?
Gregory's house. To their horror and shock,
And if that's the
home had been
case, did the
trashed beyond
friends take it?
recognition.
Because I'm
Every part
assuming
of
his
the
friends
house has
might
been
be
rifled
involved, since
through.
it's, the name of this
bedroom's
video
closets are
is
emptied out and
Evil
dumped all
Teens,
over the
plural.
floor. In the kitchen, every single cabinet was open and rifled through, including those under the sink. Glass littered the floor of the kitchen as the burglars had taken it upon themselves to smash all the glassware.
That's just
It's
wild,
weird.
brother.
Why is there all this crap up here spilled?
Everyone on my
There's
Steam
a broken
friends
glass
list is
here.
just playing random games right now. Like, starting a half an hour ago, I've been
The
bombarded
damage
with
around the
notifications from,
house
like,
is more
a
severe
bunch
than
of people. It's not
standard
just one
burglary,
person.
And the officers can't
Everyone's
help
like,
but
it's
wonder
gamer
if
time.
Maybe these burglars had a personal vendetta against Gregory's mother.
You know,
Gail,
valid.
or his
I think if I
family,
came
as
home
the
and my entire
officers make
PC setup was gone,
preparations to take
I
15-year-old
would
Gregory
cry.
back to the
I
station
am not a
so
strong
he can be
individual. I
comfortable
would
while
cry,
they
dog.
process the home.
I'd be like,
One of the
that
neighbors
is
approaches them.
how I like to
You
spend
see,
my free
I do have a
time.
key to their house, but I haven't been
How
up here
dare you?
since yesterday evening, or after you and I spoke. I talked to his parents. Okay. As I told him, this young man has some depression problems really bad.
Has she had any issues with him lately? Or?
No, not that I know of.
While processing continues at the house,
It's good that the
Gregory
cops
is
thought to
taken
question, like,
station.
to ask those
Seeking comfort
questions,
and
because
support, he calls Ken Jones.
he does seem
his sponsor
genuinely
with the
upset.
Police Explorers, a youth program that allows
This
teens
is
interested
so.
in
I'm
law
just gonna
enforcement to
reiterate
learn
because
the
I already said
basics.
this once because we already saw this technically. This is cool. I think this is actually really cool. Like, this has the potential to actually, like, help some youth, and that's really cool. That is epic. Like, I'm not a fan of cops in general usually, but, like, little bits and pieces I think are good ideas. This is a good idea.
And help their local sheriff's office. Ken
Yeah.
meets Gregory at the station, and the two sit down for a chat in the following never-before-seen footage. It's been analyzed by a qualified team, including a
Youngins,
licensed
yeah,
professional
whatever.
counselor, a licensed
The
attorney,
youth.
and a former detective, former licensed
I don't know. I just feel like a
polygraph
lot of people
examiner,
could benefit
and
from
former
a lot of
hostage
children
negotiation
specifically
commander
could
and
benefit from that.
instructor. While Ken
You know,
helps calm Gregory
You can't
down,
always
he
control your
notices some
situation, and
bruises on
unfortunately,
Gregory's
that's
face.
not.
What
You know?
happened here?
Yeah.
I got in a fight yesterday with one of my
I
friends.
love that
I
he
had to do
immediately
yesterday.
caught that there were
I had to
bruises
make
and
a-
scratches on his face, though.
It was a conversation with my friends. We got into a disagreement, but I solved the problem. I talked it out with him, and we made up, and he apologized for hitting me, and I accepted his apology. What was his name? We hugged it out. My friend, Joe. Joe? Is that Sardino?
Stock photo.
Who? That's not true. Where's your guy? No, there was no fight. He just came up. He's like, Greg, and I was like, what? He kind of punched me. He's like, what the hell, dude? I didn't hit back.
What the hell?
And I was
Don't
like,
be
"Hey,
like
calm
that.
down."
Don't
We
be
stuck it out,
mean.
stuck it out. So what's Joe's last name? I don't know.
This is what I paused on, and I don't think the little cut there in the stream made it. Is that normal? Because, like, growing up, I didn't know my friend's last name. Not all of them. I would know their first name and, like, their nickname, and I would know either the area where they lived or their actual address. But I wouldn't necessarily, like, actually know their last name, because for me, that doesn't, like, come up in conversation. Like, first name, middle name, yeah, nickname, fuck yeah, but, like, is it abnormal at 15? Like, I feel like that's not weird. Is it? Like, because I'm homeschooled, I fucking question everything. Because I'm like, I get it. My experience not the same as most, like, general experiences. But, like, that was never a thing. At all. Most of my friends were in school, so one of the first things you ever knew was their full name, though. Like, my brain would immediately forget everything but their first. I'm sorry. Because what is even the point? I don't understand that. Other than, like, general awareness, which I guess is smart, but, like, I don't know.
We made up. It was just a conversation that happened. It wasn't anything too important. We talked it out, and we hugged, and it was like, dude, you know, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. And he was justified. And I said, I'm sorry for making that mistake. What time this happened yesterday? Ballpark of the afternoon. But I saw you, like, what? What time did you get out of the fair? Well, I got there at 7. Okay. I just seen that. You put makeup on it before you came out? Yeah. Some concealer. Why would you do that?
Really? That's
Because
so
I
funky.
didn't want to work traffic detail with scars on
I
my
would
face.
not want to wear a
That's what's
fucking name
reasonable.
tag as my
The
entire.
longer
I
he
don't.
chats with
Real talk. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna say what my last name is or my full name is, but like, I don't think I could fit it on a fucking name tag. Or if I did, you'd have to fucking squint. I don't see the point.
Ken, the more Gregory worries about his mother, Gail.
Do you know
Is this
if
the
any
only
developments
image
have
we
been
have
made,
of
if
Gail?
anything
Like,
happened?
God bless,
They're
but
gonna tell
man,
you
that's like a
everything and do
5
more,
fucking
but
pixel
I'm
image.
trying to make sure that
She
you
didn't
are
take
right.
any
When you
selfies,
called me,
nothing.
you were
She
very
didn't like do
upset.
any family vlogs.
It was just all in all bad situation. Okay. Well, she had called me earlier. I could have come down here earlier with you. That's why I wanted to come down here and make sure that you're okay. Look at me for a second. No matter what's happened, it's very important that whatever it is that you're upfront and honest. Even like remember what Joe's last name is, because that's important. So what we act upon and when you tell us things is what we're going to do. I know. We got to be able to trust you.
His sponsor, Detective Jones, is acting like a father figure here, telling him to look at him
What?
and to be honest. In
Oh, that's
contrast,
funky.
Gregory is sitting cross-armed and doesn't appear comfortable. As a 15-year-old kid, he should be panicking and asking about where his mom is.
Okay.
And yet, he's oddly calm.
You know, I'm not saying you're not telling the truth.
I mean,
Can't
yeah,
say
I
for
could
some
see
reason
that.
You don't want to tell me Joe's name. And I don't know why. Why wouldn't you
Considering
want
how
to tell me Joe?
panicked
I
he
don't
seemed
know
at
what
the
happened to Joe
scene.
and get him in trouble. But that's just, you are. That's kind of like a question to make sure that you're going to be honest with me.
I thought just a fucking blurred
my
stock photo.
cooperation. It's just I don't want an unrelated incident to be drawn into the more important. But we may need to make sure it is unrelated. Maybe we need to make sure that the people didn't come there and hurt you too. Is that possible? No, it's not. Okay. All right. But if it was, I would have voiced my concerns already. Okay. That's fair. But we want to make sure that you're okay. I'm fine. Because these guys are going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to be hard questions. It's going to be a lot harder than me asking you what that guy's name is. Okay. And I don't want you to put up any walls. I want you to just tell them exactly what happened. I'll answer all their questions. I'm ready.
With
Jeez.
Gregory feeling more comfortable, Sergeant Pagliari begins the interview.
Wow, okay. I would be the low-end students, so I'm going to take that as offense.
Gregory has read his rights. As
Again,
is standard
kind of
procedure.
why I'm
In
somewhat glad I
Florida,
was
there's no
homeschooled as well.
requirement for a parent to be present in order to interrogate a minor.
That I don't.
However, there
Okay.
is an
Talked about this before too, and I don't think that's right. Even if they did do something heinous like murder, I still feel like they should have someone there just to be with them. Like,
obligation to notify a parent or legal guardian when a minor is taken into custody, which isn't the same thing as questioning. The general take on the Florida parental notification requirement is that it's good faith, and the inability to make contact with a parent or guardian doesn't put a halt to any questioning. Still, it's important to note that Miranda rights apply to minors in Florida just as they do to adults. Now it's time for
so
Sergeant
if a kid
Pagliari
is
to
smart
get some
enough, I say
background
kid, because at
information on
15 you are
Gregory's
still a kid.
mother
You can
and
argue
some
that for
recent
me till the
trouble
day
at
is like
school.
it's not gonna
How would
happen.
you say your relationship is with your mom? Jazz's ups and downs.
If you're a smarter kid, then you would just be like, I'm not saying anything without someone who knows what,
Argues a little bit.
knows what's what. I'm just not
Okay,
saying
fine.
anything.
We love each other a lot, and I really hope she's okay. Have you ever been in trouble with the law before or anything? No, sir. No? Okay. How about trouble in school? Yeah? Okay.
Having his sponsor in the room should make him feel much more comfortable and relaxed. Yet Gregory
I
has his
don't
arms
know if
tightly
he has
crossed,
anxiety.
and his nonverbal communication is not in sync with his verbals, indicating he's feeling anxiety. Given the situation, this is understandable. He doesn't know where his
I was
mom
gonna
is,
say,
and
yeah,
his house
yeah,
has been burglarized.
His house has been burglarized. His mom is missing, and he is in an interrogation room. I feel like that would be a bunch of reasons to still be somewhat defensive. Maybe I'm paranoid. It's just one of those things, bro.
Still, he's very closed off.
Brother. Oh.
Discover gear.
No. Suck my cock and buzz.
And I'm just getting background before we get into things. That's all I'm trying to do here. So, like, trouble at school, like how? So I'm trying to think about when it was. Last month.
15 is when you start to transition from squeaker stage and move into just mic spam.
In school suspension.
God bless.
Suspension. Okay. Why? What happened? The weekend beforehand, my friend was feeling ill, so I went to go. I snuck out of my house to go talk to him, and I talked with him, and my friend smokes cigarettes, and he gave me some to take home with me. I put some in my backpack, and I forgot to take them out. So when I was searched randomly at my school, they were found. And how'd your mom feel about that? She was not happy.
Aw.
But we worked out a solution, which was me going to do community service for my church. Okay. You talk about ups
What
and
the
downs
fuck?
in your mom's relationship.
That
right?
is not
So that
normal,
would probably
brother.
be one of the downs, I would assume. No, because she was justified in her anger. That was my fault. But previously, my mom has done things that were not justified. You want to tell me about those? I really
No.
it was just impulse. It wasn't anything serious.
Gregory is making an attempt to not only be perceived as a good person by making himself look like someone who would admit it when he did something wrong, but also to control the interview when he adds all you really need to know, given the fact that he's only 15. This is all very bold.
Okay. I'm not here to get your mom in trouble, by the way. Yeah, I know.
I'm waiting for them to be like, and then
So
they
if you're
found
trying
a
to-
journal at the
you think
house
what
that
you're going
had
to tell
detailed
me is going to
plans of
negatively
what he
affect
wanted
what
to
I think
do.
about your mother. That's not it at all. It's just hard
I
for me to talk
guess. Isn't that one of the fucking
Now that he
red flags
understands
for a
Gregory bit
psychopath?
better, it's time for Pagliari to start
I feel like
creating a
that's tied to
timeline
something
from the
not
day
good.
before the burglary.
Like, yeah, since I
Who
was
stayed at
8,
your
I
house
loved
last
just
night?
fucking
Who was at my house
tormenting
last night?
other people. Huh? You
Gregory
what?
repeats the question
Huh?
before answering, which gives him a pause to think about what exactly he wants to say. The reason this is a red flag is because
So
the
once this
question is
stream hits
simple and
30 minutes,
straightforward,
technically I have
not a
streamed for
complex
8 hours.
question that
I'm going to
requires a
finish
lot
this
of
video,
thought.
and then I'm probably going
Me
to cut the
and
stream
my
there.
mother. Okay.
So not both of the two
Alright.
crimes I planned, but I wanted to at
Now,
least get this one.
Detective Jones was
Gregory
talking to you and I was,
Ramos.
listening. You were at
My boy
fair or something
Gregory.
yesterday? Yesterday, I was working parking detail for the Orange City Police Explorers. I was helping park cars at the Volusia County Fair. Do you know what time you came home last night? 8:47, maybe? Why so specific? That's just a time I remember, probably from looking at my phone. The thing with the traffic detail ended early. It was supposed to go until 9, but I think it ended a bit early. And so I got home around just closer to 9. So, yeah. Mom was home? Yeah. Okay. And you guys, when you got home, conversation with Mom, ask how your day was, anything? Yeah. How'd that go?
God damn it.
Okay. We talked.
Caps lock,
What'd you have
dude.
for dinner? I don't remember. You don't remember what you had? No.
Here's the thing, I have
Must not have been very
goldfish
eventful.
memory, so
No, it's just like a regular night.
I'll have
There's
dinner
a
and I'll be
slight
like,
upward
wait, what did I
inflection
just
when
eat?
Gregory answers good. This often indicates a bit
Bro,
of
that is so
uncertainty.
tiny.
When you got home, conversation with Mom,
Stop
ask how your
that.
day was, anything?
Fucking, oh, kill it.
How'd that go?
Murder
Good?
it right now.
The rest of Gregory's answers are
There-
also short and
There was a stink bug in our room yesterday morning. God bless Moon because she trapped it in a jar and tossed it out the house. I hate stink bugs so much. They are the bane of my existence. Actually, no. Wasps are, but stink bugs are a close second because they are stanky motherfuckers.
vague. But most interestingly,
Hey.
he also seems to be emphasizing that last night was, as he said, just like every other night. All of this together seems to suggest the opposite of what Gregory is saying, and something about last night was
Ew,
not
fucking
good
ew,
or
no.
like every other.
So Mom doesn't make good food?
Well,
There
randomly in the
seems to me dinner's
summertime,
never
we
eventful.
actually, in the
Mom,
area
don't
that I
it?
live in,
know.
we have stink bug
Because when I find her and
issues.
tell her, I'm gonna say, look,
Like,
at
they
Greg
will
said
fucking
dinner's not
invade,
eventful.
and it's
Think
disgusting.
she's gonna be upset with me or upset with you when she says that? Maybe.
It's just
There
the
are a
last couple
few
of years, there's
interesting
been less of
interactions
them, so
here.
it's been
For
less of an
one,
issue.
a
And
bit
then this
earlier,
year,
Gregory
during the
gives a very
summertime, it was
specific answer of
wasps.
847,
I
which
fucking
sets
hate
the
wasps.
stage that his memory is very good. Second, the detective seems to have noticed how closed off Gregory is being still.
Again,
and
he's
is
in an
doing a little bit of
interrogation
friendly picking
room.
on him
I
to
don't
build
know about
rapport.
that.
However, when the detective talks about finding his mom, Gregory makes some anchor point shifts. This thought should have raised a bit of hope or excitement, yet instead, he shows signs of anxiety.
She said she goes off on you for other stuff, so I don't want her to go off on you for that. Whatever.
But, like,
It's
not
whatever.
actually.
How
Fair
do you
enough.
deal with it when she goes off on you? I've gotten better at it. You've gotten better at it? I used to get really angry and emotional, but I've kind of realized that's not worth it. Well, that's the only way to deal with it. The worst thing to do would be what, put your hands on her? I would never do something like that. You would never put your hands on your mom? No. And I think I've made that point quite clear to her. We had an argument a couple months ago. Like, it was like a long time ago. And she sat me across the room because she didn't trust me. And I told her,
I
could
like that setup.
yell
That
and
looks
scream at
really
you all I
nice.
want, do the exact same stuff you do to
Like
me.
to have
I
the
would
window
never,
right there. I
I'd
could
never
literally
let my
just
hand.
chill on that couch and have the windows open, just vibe.
That's just not something I do.
Gregory repeats the statement that he would never lay his hands on his mother, and then makes some convincing character reference statements. It's clear that he's working really hard to be seen as a calm,
I would like to know if
nonviolent
this was an
person
actual,
who
like,
couldn't have hurt his
premeditated
mom.
crime
It
or
makes
if it
you
was
wonder
spur of
why
the
he
moment.
feels the need to emphasize this when she's just missing at this point. Sergeant Pagliari begins building a timeline.
I hate that though,
Okay, but
because
that's fine.
again,
I
if
just
I
want
was
to-
in that position or near this position at all, I would be like, I'd never, because it's just a fact for me. I would never put my hands on my parents. It would just never happen. So, like, to use that as something against him, I feel like that's again using. I mentioned at the end of technically the last stream before it cut, I mentioned that I feel like a lot of the stuff these videos tend to pick apart plays less into psychology and is more just like we know what happened in these cases. So it's kind of biased opinions to a certain point for me. It's not like it's like I could see myself answering the same way in certain circumstances throughout each of these interviews, and I hate how the videos, the narrator will always pause and be like, and this indicates da 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 da. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's because you know that he actually did it, because you know that the mom is dead. It's because you have the foresight to know these things.
My alarm was not set. She woke me up around 6:20. I sleep in my clothes.
So what you're wearing right now is what you wore to school?
No, I changed shirts when I got home.
Okay.
I was sweaty.
Like I would
This
say
is
the
an odd
same thing about my
detail.
siblings
Why
at
would
this
Gregory
point in
even
time. If
think
God
of
forbid
changing
something
his
happened to
shirt
one
when
of my
he came
siblings
home
and they
found his house
mentioned,
burglarized
number one, I
and
don't
his
think I'd be
mother
dumb enough to
missing?
speak in an
But your pants and
interrogation.
shoes
But
are
if
the
I
same.
did,
And your socks. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
So 6:20 you just
definitely,
slept in,
if
okay?
violence was brought up,
Okay,
I'd be like,
woke
I
up.
would never
Fired
lay a
up, huh?
hand on my
She wasn't
siblings
angry.
because I
Okay.
wouldn't
So tell
at
me what
this
happened.
point. I definitely have had days
Just like
where
the
I've
day you
wanted to
have
punch
now.
them
Go
out,
brush
but
your
like
teeth
you
and
don't
out of the
because
car.
you love them
So
and
I
their
grabbed my
family.
backpack. I went and brushed my teeth, took out my retainer, kind of messed with my hair a bit, and then I got in the car.
So what time do you think you got to school?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Didn't look at your phone?
It's probably in the ballpark of like 6:40.
Okay.
It's certainly interesting that a few minutes ago, Gregory could remember the exact minute he got home, but now he honestly has no clue what time he got to school.
Talk to anybody when you
I
got
could
there?
kind of see
Hey,
that
what's
as
up? You
well.
got friends at school?
Yes.
Who'd you talk to? First person you saw at school was who?
First person I saw.
Mm-hmm.
For a brief moment, Gregory unblocks by lowering his arms and leaning forward. He then wrings his hands together before closing
This
back
would be the
off.
hard part to
Something
lie for
about
because
this
I feel
line
like
of
most schools
questioning
have at
made him
least a few
bit
cameras
uncomfortable.
set up
But why?
that
Probably
they
been
can
like
check
that.
for reference.
Cat?
So
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
Female.
You got a last name?
No.
Who's your friend? You don't know her last
don't
name?
even bother
I'm gonna keep it
interrogating. Go
real with
search
you.
your
I
house,
don't
find the better
I
call
don't
someone.
really
Be like,
got that many
shit, this is a
friends.
lost cause.
I'm not like
Yeah,
a
boy.
super social person.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I have a lot of
Antisocial
acquaintances that I
club.
have,
Let's
like,
fucking
that
go,
I've either
dog.
A, had a class with in the past, or B, have class with now.
Again, I
or
don't think it's weird
C,
to
I
not.
know
I don't
from
know. Maybe
elsewhere.
that's just me.
And
It's
so,
just I don't.
Yeah.
That was never a thing. I didn't know most of my
that.
friends' last fucking
your
names
first
unless
name,
we had to
buddy?
do something that involved having to
Who's that
use
teacher?
their last
Mr.
names.
Ostowski.
Biology. What building is that? Room? Building and everything else, you know?
Building 3.
Mm-hmm.
403.
403 is the room?
Well, building 3, floor 3.
Oh, floor 3.
I don't know the room number.
You want to take a stab at spelling the last name of that teacher?
Latsoy, or maybe W, and ski. Like a something like
Man, woman?
that. He's a guy.
Guy. Okay.
He's
You like
dude,
him?
brother.
He's
Good
alright.
teacher?
I have a D in his class.
You have a D.
Yeah.
How's mom feel about that?
We had an argument about it last night.
Oh. Tell me about that.
We talked about it. Basically, she's like, I can't be doing this. And I was like, well, I got all A's and B's last quarter. I can pull my grade up before the end of the semester. And she was like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Don't act so cocky. I'm like, I'm not. I just know I'm capable of doing things like that.
Sergeant Pagliari has honed his skills when it comes to reading behavior, and he's picking up on some strange behavior from Gregory.
You know, one thing you said you'd like being you want to be a detective someday. And in my personal experience, when people start a story and then they go into the blah, blah, blah part, that there's more to the blah, blah, blah. So if you will, Greg, tell me what the blah, blah, blah part was for this argument.
Okay, well, basically, she was just kind of like, whatever. You act narcissistic sometimes. Don't be so cocky.
Using the word basically tends to indicate that someone
Oh
is
my God,
leaving
I hate
something
that.
out. This, combined with Gregory's nonverbal
Yeah, I
behaviors,
do
such
agree
as
to a certain
self-soothing
point
head
what the
rubbing,
detective said, but at the
scratching,
same time,
possible eye blocking,
they've
and
done
his
this
one hand
before in the
tightly
show
across
with
his
like
stomach in a
specific word
protective and
usage, and I'm
guarded
like, that
posture
I don't
all
know.
seem to
It could be
indicate
part of
that
his
he's feeling
pattern.
a lot of anxiety.
And I was like, well,
Or
I'm
my
not
boy might just have
talking
anxiety
to
because
on
he's in a
table, like,
fucking
I feel
stressful
like I have the
position, whether you're
skills to do
innocent or
that before
guilty.
to
The
fix
fuck?
my grades in a short amount of
The
time.
fuck?
And I was like, I probably could fix them by Friday and stuff. And just talking with her about that. And she was like, all right, whatever, go study your biology. And I was like, all right. So I studied my biology for about an hour. And then I went into her room, and she was on the phone with Dad. I said hi to Dad, and then they hung up, and then I said a prayer with her for a good night, and said our whatever for our family members, for Grandma, for Uncle Joe, and stuff like that.
When people say "and then"
Uncle
or jump to parts of
Joe.
their story by saying "and" repeated a few times in a row, it tends to mean that they're going through events like their bullet points, and they're usually leaving something out between the "ands."
And I was like, I probably could fix them by Friday, and so I studied my biology for about an hour. And then I went into her room.
Again though, I know motherfuckers growing up that would use "and" all the time. And it wasn't always stressful situations. It's how they talked.
Whatever, for family members, for Grandma.
Because they didn't like
Pay
reiterating
close
stuff
attention to the
or.
moments when Gregory says "and then" as the questioning continues.
I don't know. That's weak.
And I went to sleep. Okay. And that was around. I went to sleep around.
Weak sauce, dog.
Okay. When was the first time somebody called you about, or did anyone call you about your mother not being at work or anything like that?
I received no communication from anyone about that.
Okay.
Oh no. What's with Snoop Dogg lately? I feel like he's been whoring out more recently. Is that just me?
School day seeming
Is that
as
just
normal
me?
as can be, the
I
sergeant
feel like I've
inquires
seen
about
his
what he
ass
found when he got
advertising like
home that
a bunch of
afternoon.
shit recently.
Gregory gives some
Like he did the
indication
stuff
that
with
he's
Martha
feeling
Stewart. I don't know if he
anxiety
still
around the
is,
questions of what
and I thought that
happened
was
when he got
funny
home by
and kind of
fidgeting
like a
with his
meme.
fingers, making
But
anchor
the other
point
like
shifts,
smaller
and
stuff I
doing
don't
some
understand.
self-soothing
Boy, you
rubbing
don't
on
have
his
to whore
arm.
yourself out. You're
It's important
Snoop
to note that
Dogg.
an innocent person
You
might
are
also
the Snoop
experience
Dogg.
anxiety with these questions, as coming home to such a house after a robbery would be traumatic. However, it's still going to be noted by the detective.
How long would you say it takes you to get from the bus stop to your house?
10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. You weren't running or anything today, were you?
No.
Okay.
Gregory makes even more anchor point
Yeah.
movement shifts as this line
That's what
of
I'm saying. I feel like he
questioning
doesn't.
starts,
A
moving
lot
his
of
leg up
celebrities
into
do
a
that
barrier
though. I don't know if
position
it's just that
and
they want
engaging
more
in
of that
some
like attention
self-soothing
and
as well.
fame, or
No,
they're
don't
just
lock, use
bored.
the key.
But
Mom's
if you
car
were just
was
bored,
in the
then I feel
driveway.
like you could transition
Correct.
to do something
And
cool,
the
which I
detective
guess
knows it was
does require
Fine.
interest. But like
Is that odd?
Snoop Dogg could pick
Yes.
up or try to pick
Is it
up
odd the
random
fact
like
that your mom's
roles
car
in
is even there at
shows
all?
and stuff, and I
Yes.
feel like that'd be
Why?
much better
Because she parks
publicity
at the
wise,
Sunrail
and it
station,
could be really
and then she
really
takes her
fun.
bike on
But
Sunrail,
again,
goes
that
to
is
the job.
just a me thing.
How
But
long usually get home?
6:30.
Cars in the
I feel like
driveway,
that's a lot
running.
more fulfilling than like,
That's
yeah, let
weird.
me just whore
Cars
out
there at
random
all.
products.
This is weird.
Cause I'm
You
Snoop
agree?
Dogg.
Yes.
So now you used the key and you opened the door. What did you do? What's the first thing you do when you went inside?
Well, I noticed that there was all over the floor, like just a bunch of like crap that was strewn everywhere, and the closet doors were open, and there was stuff spilled on my table. I just noticed that the front view of my house was chaotic.
Spilled on the table. Where?
I don't know, on the table.
What room's the table?
Oh, it's my house. You go through the front door, and there's this hallway. My room is this way, and then there's our dining room table right here.
Okay. Gotcha.
And the next thing I did was I went in my room. And
I still want to know like if he murdered his mom or if it was multiple people, because it says teens in the title, like plural. So that makes me think him and his
What's missing from your
homeboys
room?
fucking killed his mom and then staged a robbery.
Look thoroughly for like everything
Yo,
that was missing from my room, but I noticed
we got
three
that Star
things
Wars. I
in
saw that.
particular.
We got that
What are those?
Star Wars
stereo
calendar.
system.
Describe what they are. So three things.
It's
Stereo system. What's that?
it's like a radio with two large speakers.
Man, shut
Like
the
the
fuck
LED.
up.
You know who makes it?
Zero clue.
Zero Clue's pretty popular.
Yeah, I know.
What's the other thing that you're missing?
My gaming computer.
Like,
Oh,
you
his
know,
fucking
it's
gaming
not-
computer. Like, we know it was staged at this point, but I would shit myself, dog.
You can see the wires and the graphics cards and all that stuff inside, and it glows LED blue.
So it's like a tower, not a laptop?
It is, yeah. It's a big
Just
boy.
the immediate
Attached to a
nerd,
monitor, that's
bro.
how you play.
Yeah, I paid with it for all my own money from summer jobs and stuff.
Ooh,
What
I'd be
the
pretty
f?
pissed
I
off
would
that's
cry.
Yes.
I'd be pissed off. You spent all your money that you
Bro.
buy this computer tower, now it's gone.
Well, I'm more pissed myself that my mom is gone.
Rightfully so. Yeah.
This is an interesting moment. It appears that Gregory doesn't want to show anger about his missing things, so he deflects it back to his missing mom to appear like the appropriately concerned teenager. But it all
Nah,
seems a
I would
little
be pissed
forced.
about
But the
everything.
third thing,
I not only lost my mama, but I lost my
I have
fucking
a
gaming
35
PC,
pretty
brother.
good weight on it, but it's a hunting legal combat bow.
it's combat bow.
Compact bow.
Give me a minute. Good. I think phone call. Actually, someone needs to talk to me. You can talk to Detective Jones.
While Sergeant Pagliari steps out of the room to make some calls, Gregory chats with Detective Jones.
When do you think my house will not be a crime scene? I don't know. Sometimes it takes hours. Sometimes it takes almost a day and a half. I know you've worked cases like this before. I have. It takes a while sometimes. And the more information you can give them, the better off it is. Yeah. They need to know what to do, where to go. I made a lot of bad
Oy.
decisions in my life.
As of right now,
Which
I have streamed
regards to
8
other
hours.
things,
Let's go.
yeah,
I
and
did the
it's
thing.
His answer here immediately grabs Detective
What'd he
Jones's
say? I
attention,
missed it.
and
I
he
was too
moves
busy.
into the confession position. Gregory must have noticed because he quickly clarified with regards to other things, but it makes you wonder what exactly is
bitches?
his sponsor thinking in this moment.
Shit, bottom text?
My mom's gone. Like, I don't think I'm gonna reconcile with myself. Well, why would you think that's the case? Because no one knows where the hell she is. Why would a home invade or take hostage? Somebody knows. I hope my mom's okay. Yeah, I do too.
Aw. I know it's
I can't
fake, but
imagine
aw.
what
That
it'd be
it
like.
would be heart wrenching if it was actually not.
Love you, Mom, don't you?
If he didn't fucking
That's-
murder
yeah,
her.
that's the
Also,
argument
I'm scared
last
to
night.
know
I
how
feel
she
like
died
I
at this
will
point.
say that I just feel like
Because he's doing like an
after
okay
every
job,
argument,
in my opinion, at least
maybe
from
I agree.
the
You
scene.
don't
He's done a little worse in the
understand, Chip.
interrogation room, but at the scene, he did a good job of actually like appearing to be kind of scared and unsettled and anxious.
Yeah. You feel guilty about the fight a little bit? I just... What? I just wish I hope she's safe. Did you say you want her back? Where is she? Why is she gone? I don't get it. Don't give up hope.
Gregory makes a big mistake here. He slips up saying,
I hope she's safe.
he may have just given away not only what happened to his mom, but that he may know more about it than
Jesus
he's
Christ.
letting on. To cover, he starts to cry. But if you're wondering if he's actually upset, notice that he gets distracted and has to brush his hair out of his face. After the detective helps Gregory calm down, Pagliari comes back into the room with more questions, hoping to get any information from Gregory that might help them find his mother.
So we were talking about going through the house. You went down, took some inventory. And
Well, after I went downstairs looking for my mom and didn't find her, I went back upstairs and I decided I needed to check on my dog.
He's so eager to continue his story that he actually interrupts the detective.
going through the house, you went down, took some inventory. And
Well, after I went downstairs,
He seems pressured to go through what he did when he got home and to explain everything. This is really interesting because an innocent person shouldn't feel the need to explain
I would
things.
want. Okay,
It
again,
simply
I'm
is
based in
what it
paranoid
is.
when it comes to cops. If I was in a
the
position where I
house
had to speak
was
to the cops,
broken into.
I would want to.
There
I would
was-
want
I thought
to
there was
tell
a
them
family
everything
on
that I
my
did
dog.
just from a paranoid
But
aspect. But also, I would
I
like to
didn't
think from a
know
victim
he didn't bark
aspect,
that
I would
much,
want
but
them to get the information as
I
fast
didn't
as
know if
possible
they
so that
were gonna do
possibly my
that
loved
or-
one could be found.
Like, whatever. I didn't know what was
So
gonna
like
happen.
at this
So I
point
walked
we're an
into the laundry
hour
room,
in. This
and I
is
saw everything was
Mom's been
displaced,
missing for a
right?
minute, and I would be kind of
But,
worried, and I'd be like, okay, what do you need
my
to
dog
know?
was
I
fine.
will tell you everything. I just
And
want her
that's
to
when
be
I
found.
noticed the door. The door. Here, I can stand up and show you.
you want to stand up and show me? Okay.
So, let's say this is the knob for the door, and
Okay.
there's a deadbolt here. The
Yep.
deadbolt was unlocked, right? And this was locked. But this entire wooden area on this frame
Mhm.
was it looked like it had been busted open.
God
Like the
damn, that
force of the
does.
door
That looks like it was
so
kicked open.
powerful that it had literally broken the wood. I recognized that as someone kicking in the door.
It's odd that Gregory thinks this is something he needs to demonstrate. It's more likely that he feels the need to burn off nervous energy.
Why do you think that?
because either that or they somehow forced the door open, but it had to be a strong enough force to break this break a lock. Basically, it has to be strong enough to do that.
Damn, yeah,
So,
that's like a
did you
full-on
think
like kick.
Yeah.
The force and everything you're talking about here is just because of that, based off your explorer training.
Common sense.
Common sense.
I feel like that is
Just assuming, just thinking.
I don't like that they're picking at that because, again, I feel like that is somewhat of a common sense thing. You look at this issue, you look at a door, you look at the state that it's in, and you put together the pieces of, oh, someone must have kicked that open or forced it open. Like, huh?
Loud, like, you have to be able to be, like,
That's dumb.
either strong enough or there
That's
needs
big
to be,
stupid.
like, a certain amount of force for the wood, like, a door frame.
Actual
to, like,
case
basically,
photo.
Like,
Door.
crack and, like make the lock give out.
Sure.
As Gregory draws out a layout of his home for Sergeant Pagliari, he mentions something odd that he noticed in his mother's room.
I made it to the master bedroom, and it was just really bad. It was terrible in there. And one thing I noticed was that the bed was at an angle.
What's it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be straight on.
Okay. Now,
there's a dresser here. There's a dresser here. There's a couple bookshelves, and there's a mirror here, and then there's a dresser here. And then that's the bathroom going on. But that bed was out of place. That's one of the major things I noticed was that the bed was out of place.
There's been a shift in how Gregory answers these questions, and he's much more open to talking about things that have nothing to do with his mother.
This shaper man.
That's weird.
Day.
That's funky. What the hell? Look away. Look
After
away.
I surveyed the house and looked for my mom, I called the cops.
Shut that. Tease.
I'm pretty sure you know the rest of the story.
yeah. Did you see? Okay. There's one thing I want to ask you about. You said you came home from school and you wore different clothes to school. So you went through the whole house. You did all this surveying and everything. At what point did you think it was pertinent to change your clothes?
All right, let me tell you. So I was sweating my ass off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was really hot, and
Instead of just answering the question directly, he goes into a long story.
Again,
to
though,
explain
I
his
suck at
actions,
explaining
which is
things, so I
another
feel like a
sign that
lot
he
of
feels
people would look
nervous
at
about
how I
he's
react to
saying.
things or how I explain
told my
things and be
family
like,
I
oh,
told
that
you
guilty
this,
hoe.
But I got in the house.
I'm eating more
I
terror
got
chips
sick.
because I can.
I couldn't find my mom. I was freaking out. I was not in a good place. And so I went to my bathroom and I threw up in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I then proceeded to flush the throw up down. And then I took off my school shirt and then I changed it to a different shirt. I didn't know if there was any throw up on it or not, but I was feeling hot and sweaty and I needed to change the color.
Where's the shirt at now?
It's my hamper.
Where's that?
In my room.
Okay.
Sergeant Pagliari clarifies one final detail before diving into Gregory's story. If things seem a little odd so far, then get ready, because this is where things start to get even stranger.
Detective Jones was talking about
What?
the
Huh?
marks to your face. And I want to talk about that a little bit more. Right.
All right.
When did that happen?
Can I ask what relevance this has to the conversation?
Everything is relevant, Greg.
Asking about the relevance is the kind of thing
she's
you could
missed
expect to
you,
hear from an
dude.
experienced criminal as a deflection, or from a savvy adult with a lawyer, perhaps. But this is unexpected awareness on the part of a young, seemingly not criminally involved teen. He sounds like a defense lawyer here, not a kid. It also shows.
I kind of hate that, though, because it just shows to me that he's more aware, situationally aware of the position he's in, like, legally. Obviously, he's not fully aware here, or he just wouldn't speak without representation, but he's shown that he has interest in law enforcement, specifically detective. That's why he's part of this program where he has a sponsor that's a detective. So, like, that to me isn't that surprising.
Shows that he may be fishing to see what information they have.
Now they're going to say, hey, listen, Greg's mother's missing. Greg has marks on his face. Is it possible that Greg got in some kind of altercation with his mother?
Aww.
Right? They're going to ask me that. Yeah. Okay. So now I need to explain when you got those marks on your face.
All right.
Good. When?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? What time?
After school.
Where at?
Student parking lot.
Okay. Who did it?
My friend Joe.
What's his last name?
It starts with an L.
You have a class with him?
No. He's older than me, but he's what? He's older than me?
Older than you. Okay.
Joe L.
Older.
Oh
White male,
yeah,
black
this
man,
is a stock
Hispanic male.
photo.
White.
Okay. What grade do you think Joe L is in?
He's a junior.
How long have you known him?
Year and a half.
Okay.
Not gonna explain the situation to you because it probably looks like I got my ass beat.
Go ahead, please. Tell me what happened.
Alright, so at homecoming, Joe's ex-girlfriend
Uh-huh.
was attempting to
What the
ride
fuck?
on me. I don't
That
know if
is
you
the
know what
most
that
like
is.
weirdly
Tell me what it
wholesome
is. It's
statement
like
ever.
when you have well, I was hanging out with my friend, my other friends, right? And they're being grinded on, right? But I don't have a girlfriend, and I'm kind of more focused on other things, and I don't have time for that. And so his ex-girlfriend, Joe's ex-girlfriend, comes to grind on me, and I'm like, I don't really want to do that. And she's like, well, come on, it'll be fun. And so she did it, and I kind of let her because I wanted to
Dude, bros before hoes, SMH.
fit in, I guess. But Joe found out, so he came up to me, and then he slapped me and he punched me. And he goes, dude, what the hell? You know, why would you do that? And we talked to that, and I basically explained to him that I was at fault. I shouldn't have done that. I value you more than those other people. You know, I value what we have, and I wouldn't want to end that. And I want you to understand that I'm sorry. And that I really want to continue being friends with you. And he was like, you know, it was kind of a dick move for me to come up and hit you without any preface. So I'm sorry that I did that. Then we hugged, and I said, see you tomorrow. And that was it.
Was there anybody else there that saw this?
No. Not that I know of.
Not that I know of is a selective memory statement, but Gregory's
Bro,
entire
maybe he
story is
wasn't
full of
aware.
red
The
flags,
fuck?
starting with the neck rubbing. It's not particularly believable that most teen boys would get in a fight like that and make up that quickly, never mind hug, and not even know each other's
Wow.
last names. Either
Okay.
Gregory actually has no clue how normal interactions work, or he thinks the officers are that naive and dumb that they will believe this story.
Maybe he's a
So you were
funky
just
boy with
in the parking
funky
lot. Like,
connections.
were you walking? Were you hanging out? I mean, how did this...
Well,
Tell
that's
me
a
about how
colorful
he-
parking lot. What the hell?
I was hanging out with my friends.
So you were there in the parking lot with other people?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can you name
Why
somebody
is
with
there
a first and last
painted
name?
spots? What is
Brian.
the huh?
Flores.
Like why are there? It looks like
Brian
the designs and patterns.
Flores.
Why?
Flores.
Did they just
Spell
do
it
it as a
one more.
random design
go.
choice?
P-O-R-E-Z.
P-O-R-E-Z. So,
Flores. Yeah.
okay, what grade is he in?
He's a senior.
Is he in a class with you?
No. Big guy, no. He saw
You
all
got
of
that
it out.
yee ass
Brian
cut.
Flores saw Joe L. punch
Looking
you in
like
the face
Walmart.
in the student
great
parking lot
value.
yesterday at University High School.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, way too
Gregory's
late.
story is now out in the open, but there are a few issues with it. While Sergeant Pagliari has been speaking with Gregory, another investigator has been verifying information with Gregory's school, and
Oh,
things
shit.
just aren't lining up.
That's 100%.
That's everything?
No, that's it. I mean, you're telling me that what you're telling me is the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in school all day.
Yep. I've never even lied to you.
Should I believe everything that you told me today, Greg?
I mean, it's up to you.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Do you think that I'm not going to go or have some other
Hot
detectives go
topic.
and
Wow.
run down your story and verify all these
Bro,
places
if he
you're at?
fucking
Yeah.
An honest
if he
person is
fucking
much more likely
bleached
to
his
just
hair,
say
he would look
yes
like an
or ask,
off-brand
"Why
fucking
wouldn't you?"
Justin
instead
Bieber.
of a more confrontational answer like, "It's up to you."
And when I
Got
do
that
that,
swoop
what are they
cut.
going to tell me?
They're going to tell you it's truthful.
Now, if he had more,
That
if he
you
had
were in-
eyeliner on, then he would be a hot topic.
You went
with
to
your
every
ass.
class today.
I was late to 7th period, and I was in the auditorium 6th period. I don't think I mentioned that, but
Okay. So you didn't check yourself out of school today at 1:10.
no, why?
So the school's wrong.
What do you mean?
So if the school tells me that Greg checked himself out of school today at 1:10 p.m., that's wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Because I was there all day.
No.
Okay.
What
So
the hell? Did
if
he
Mr.
really
Dye
think?
tells me you
Oh
were in
my
school
god.
today in his class, he's wrong.
No.
No, he's not wrong.
But I didn't leave the school.
So you lied to me.
Oh, I didn't leave the school. You asked if I left the school. I said no.
You lied to me. Period. I don't give a damn what it's about. You lied to me.
I want the best for my family.
Damn.
Yeah.
What happened?
Gregory seems to freeze a bit here, like he's trying to decide what his next story is going to look like. The detective just confronted him, and now he's entered the deconflicting stage of the liar's loop for this part of his lie. He now has to make his story fit into what the detective already knows. As well, the detective is doing a good job of slowly entering the confrontation stage of the read technique, bringing up piece by piece to see how Gregory responds. He's also sitting in the same position
that
as
normal?
Gregory. This kind of
Get
mirroring
off of
is
me.
meant to improve rapport and connection, even while confronting him.
The whole
Well,
checking
as you
in and
know.
out of school, is that actually a thing too?
I have a D in biology.
I have so many questions, bro.
I fell asleep in this class. And so I needed to get shit done.
'Cause I just assumed they would just ask the
you
teachers
got
what
that.
who saw who. You know what I mean?
So I skipped into the auditorium 6th and 7th period. And
That
I
and
sat
cameras.
down and I took that time and I did my bio homework and the stuff I needed to do for bio because I'm missing a frick ton of lot of assignments in there. I think I'm missing, in total, I'm missing 6. Those need to
Damn.
be done.
So why would the school say you checked yourself out at 110?
Because I would show up absent for both of those classes. You can't check yourself out.
It's hard to tell if Gregory is being genuine, but if he's willing to lie about something like this, then what else could he be lying about?
Why'd you lie to me about something stupid as biology?
Because I don't want you to have a bad opinion of me. Because I want you to understand I've done a lot of wrong things in my life. And I acknowledge that. I don't make the best decisions. But if something serious as this, or my mom is missing,
Gail has to
I
have
need-
other images
I
of her.
need you to
There
you
has
know,
to be
not
other
have a
pictures out there.
bad opinion of me.
My opinion of you, Greg, is whatever you tell me. My job is not here to make judgments, good, bad, or indifferent. My job is to get as much as I can from you to help find your mother. Now, when you lie to me, even if it's a little bit, yeah, you lose some credibility. And you can get all upset and cry about it. That's just the way that it goes.
No, I get it.
You hear what I'm saying?
No, I hear what you're saying.
And then I get these things about, well, who's the guy that drove you? I don't know. Brian something.
Well, I didn't lie to you. I legitimately forgot his name the first time I was talking about him.
These things that you tell me, Greg, especially when you're not in school. Can anybody verify where were you when you did your biology homework?
In the auditorium?
So I want to see you on camera in the auditorium doing your biology homework.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I don't see that and I call you a liar again, am I right to do that?
Yeah. But that's what you will see, so I'm not really worried about it.
Okay. All right. So if I were to hypothetically just say, or just to say, not even hypothetically, if I were to say that you went home last night, got in an argument with your mom for whatever reason, I guess it was the biology thing, right? Because I know she told your dad that you guys got in an argument about it. If I were to say
Please do not tell me he murdered his mom over a stupid homework. Over stupid grades. I hate that so much. Like, there's not usually ever a good reason to, like, murder someone, right? The act itself is horrible and shouldn't happen. But over something as stupid, that fucking kills me.
that you went to school and then you came home, somehow you got home, I'm not sure how you got home, but you checked yourself out. Now again, give me some credit here. You checked yourself out, or you left school, checking out. You just left. Somehow you got home. You get home, something happens to your mom, or you and your mom got into hands-on, you did something to your mom.
What's homeboy doing on his phone?
What do you mean?
You killed your mom.
Why would you think I would do that?
Following this accusation,
I'm kinda
Gregory
surprised he
freezes
didn't-
and pauses for a long time.
I'm kinda
Right
surprised he
now,
didn't
he's been
react,
pretending that she's just
like,
missing,
more
so this is a
defensively
big
or
jump,
upset.
but
That's
Gregory's
really weird.
response is very
Yeah, that's weird.
suspicious. He doesn't show any anger or indignation as you would expect from an
Yeah,
innocent
that's
person
what I'm
being
saying.
accused.
Why
He
does
just
that happen
flipped
with
it
all
and
these
asked the detective a
motherfuckers?
question. He didn't even deny it. He just
They don't even
deflected.
pretend to be,
You
like,
tell me. You
upset
guys
that
have
they
ups
were
and downs.
accused.
You got marks on your face. You told me Joel is the one that punched you in the face, but before you didn't say shit about it.
You didn't ask.
I did ask. I said, who was there? I don't know. Oh, maybe my friend was there. Your credibility with me, Greg, sometimes is up and down. So again, when I ask you, would it be far-fetched if you came home today and killed your mother? Yeah. You did kill your mother? No. Would it be far-fetched? Yeah. Why? So I would never do something like that. But she sent you. I know she sent you.
This is the first big
Oh,
confrontation when
shit.
Pagliari states, "You killed your mom." He then attempts to build a theme that she's been hitting Gregory, offering him some kind of justification. But as the accusations against him become more and more severe, Gregory
the
seems
fuck?
to realize that the only way to protect his innocence is to make some tragic and startling revelations.
Have you ever been sexually assaulted?
No. Have you?
Yes,
Okay.
I have. I was sexually assaulted. I reported it to the police. They did nothing.
Okay.
So, the only person that was really there for me were my parents, and specifically my mom. My mom was the one who helped me through that dark time in my life. I felt I attempted to more than once, more than 3 times. She never put me in Halifax. She never called the cops. She never did any of that. She helped me through that time in my life where I was in a bad place, and she saved me from myself. I love my
What's
mom
up? Can't you see how long you've been streaming for?
more.
Just
than
over 8
anything.
hours. I want to finish this. Why? Just curious.
We have our ups and downs,
So
and we have our
just in
problems,
case.
but I love her.
The
I wanna
timing of his
know-
story is questionable.
Yeah, I wanna
He
know if
seems
that's
to be
actually
trying
true.
to deflect from the accusation that he killed his mother and put himself into a victim role in the eyes of the detective.
'Cause
It's
that
a fairly
seems
common tactic for
like it could be
narcissistic
totally
individuals
bullshit,
to use
but
threats or actions like this to manipulate others.
shitty
He also
things do
makes
happen.
really intense eye contact while leaning forward and seems to be trying to read if he believes his story. This position is similar to the confession position, but the officers don't have him to that point yet. He's just trying to manipulate them into believing him.
And I was explaining to Detective Jones earlier, I had gotten into an argument with my mom maybe a year ago, and she sat me across the room, and she said, "I'm scared of you." And I said, "Why?" She's like, "What if you lay your hands on me?" And I said, "I would never do that."
Look,
Because
I
would
hope
never do
that that isn't true, because what the fuck? That's horrible.
No, something I would do. That's something
Oh no, him nodding.
I would
Shit.
never lay my hands on my mother. She's done too much for me, too much for her family, for me to lay hands on my mother. You're a detective, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you want to know what happened today?
Yes.
Do you want to? Me and you want the same thing.
Yes.
We want to find my mom.
I wonder what happened to your mom.
I want to know what happened to my mom as well. And I don't think she's dead. Whatever. I try to think positively, but it's whatever. The point of the matter.
He just said that, but like earlier on with the other, his like sponsored detective or whatever, he immediately hopped to her being dead. So that's dumb.
Like I've said before in our previous conversation.
Like I said before, is a reference statement and saves him from having to repeat a lie again.
I've made some mistakes in my life, and I regret them. And now I'm going to voice my mistakes to you, so you can understand what happened. I don't know what happened to my mom. That's the first thing I want to get out. I don't know what happened to my mom. But I do know where I was. I know how everything conspired. And I know that I lied to you a lot because I wanted to protect my own name. But I realized now that after you asked me whether I killed my mom or not, I realized that there's something more important than just me, and that's my family. And in order to help my family and get them the answer that they want.
Gregory is really trying to position himself as a good person by repeating how much he cares about his mom, family, and how great of a kid he is. A truly innocent person would likely not need to repeat this to convince anyone, as it would be obvious.
It's just dangerous, sir, if I need to be completely honest with you. And so, that's what I'm going to do. So, flip the page and I'll tell you what happened.
It's clear that he's used to being in charge and telling adults what to do, as it's very bold for a 15-year-old to tell
Yeah,
a
that's a big
detective
bold
what to
statement.
do,
What the
such
fuck?
as flip the page. As Gregory begins to spill the beans on the events leading up to the incident, his story sounds similar at first, with him getting a ride home from the police explorers the previous night and getting into a fight with his mother over his grades. However, things took a shocking turn after Gregory supposedly went to bed that night.
If you're a Medicaid
Oh
child,
my god. No.
Around 11 o'clock on Thursday, I went to sleep. But I didn't really go to sleep. I just kind of went into my room and turned off the lights. I'm not allowed to have my phone in my room due to something we'll
Not
discuss
happening.
soon.
It's
So,
fine.
I go at 11.
Buzz.
No, 11. I waited until 12:30
Buzz.
until I went to my mom's room and got my phone.
No.
As he launches into this
I'm just not
story,
interested,
Gregory
bro.
includes a ton of unnecessary details to try to appear honest. This type of embellishment is an attempt to bury the story in the details. It's also interesting because it can help manage the anxiety of being dishonest by including all these tidbits of over-honesty in the story.
What the hell?
With this many details, it's almost
Oh, I
like
need
he's
stand-up
attempting to
fuck.
derail the conversation away from finding his mom by going into so many
What the
tangents.
fuck kind of
I then
bullshit?
proceeded to call my
When
friends
is the Eminem concert happening? What?
to come pick me up, and
I am
snuck out my
severely
window
uncultured
and
and
I ended up
uneducated.
with my friends. I then went to.
I have work all day tomorrow. 11 to 8 or 9.
We drove around town. First off, we did
Yeah,
that for
boy.
about
No,
an
I
hour.
don't have that option.
Just before he
I do not
launches
have
into
that
this
option,
story,
dog.
he shifts away from everyone, back into the side, away from his sponsor. It seems like he doesn't want to be a part of this conversation anymore.
In that hour or two, I smoked a lot of cigarettes, drank a lot of alcohol, did a lot of shit. So whatever, alright? It's now
Bro, I could not imagine at fucking 15 fucking drinking
1:30,
shit, getting drunk,
I believe.
and smoking anything. But here's the thing, at
And
almost any
from
age, I
that,
don't think I could imagine smoking
and
anything.
we go to where
That's not true.
me and my friends we're in the car.
What
I
the
have to
fuck
understand.
is going on with Dylan? Like, Brian was an eyeful, but what is happening there, brother? I'm allowed to judge because they're involved in a murder case. Yeah, no, not an option. Unfortunately. They don't care. But it's fine.
While my friends did come, quote unquote, pick me up, I was the one driving. And I wasn't. And while I had some drinks, I wasn't.
Oh, yeah, but what I was saying was I cannot believe
I wasn't.
he does.
Drunk.
I just, wrapping my brain around being 15 and fucking, like, drinking a ton of alcohol and, like, smoking and shit. Ever since I was young, because of my grandmother, I've never liked the idea or concept of smoking anything. Especially cigarettes. It's, like, the biggest, like, turnoff for me is, like, nah, fam. I'm good. You can go ahead and develop some type of cancer. I don't want to deal with that. But also, like, at 15, I was more focused on the book series that I was reading or on Pokemon cards than anything else. I could not imagine being 15, being like, man, I can't wait to get fucked today. Like, huh? You what?
Driving. Like, I was fully lucid.
I would kind of prefer people just be on TikTok and shit, you know?
And we drove to this church, and there's a
But
fire
I
pit in
just
the
don't
back.
question it, brother. Just
So
go with the flow.
me and my friends smoked a bit there. Drank a bit there.
It's
I
fine,
got
don't.
detailed.
It's fine. What did you?
I and my friends smoked a bit there.
Did you just fucking say LSD?
LSD tab.
What the fuck? Like that? You're 15! What are you doing? I think experimenting with some substances is fine when you're an adult. When you're done, when your brain is done developing. Yeah, no. Close, but not really. But at 15, you can't be doing that shit. Fucking play Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking jump on TikTok. Do some other stupid shit that will not affect your brain and body development, you fool!
Said my other friends.
You absolute
just
buffoon.
chilled there, and we would go back and forth between my house to get more money to go to 7-Eleven or other places and get food or drinks or snacks in general. So we traveled a lot between this.
That's what I'm
fire pit
saying.
and
Don't be
my
fucking
house,
taking
in
LSD,
which case,
getting drunk, and
afterwards,
smoking.
and
Don't
then
do
it
that.
was like 5:45.
As he tells this story, it not only changes multiple times and is filled with far too many details than necessary, indicating that he has a memory of extremes, but he's rubbing his nose, touching his mouth, fidgeting with a pen, and then puts his guard back up quickly. All of this indicates that Gregory is experiencing a high level of anxiety. Soon he will show his memory of extremes when he goes from sharing too many details to suddenly leaving something out.
I drove
Oh,
the van
shit.
home, hopped in my house. I was wearing black boots and jeans and a gray t-shirt. And I got in my house and I started getting ready for school. Put my
Shit.
textbook in my backpack.
Shit, brother.
Started getting ready, etc., etc., etc.
After this, Gregory's story once again aligns with the one he told earlier. His mom dropped him off at school and he went through his day like normal until the 6th period.
At 1:10, after 5th period, I met up with my friends. We walked off campus. Stopped to go to the bathroom in the woods. Not really necessary detail, but that is what happened. And piled in my friend's car, and we drove to my house. We picked up some more money. Then we drove to the fire pit again, and we smoked more cigarettes there. Talked. One of my friends. This is the same kid that was suicidal, and I snuck out of the night for him. But I didn't just sneak out. I stole my mom's car, like I did Thursday night, and I had
Jesus
driven
Christ,
over
bro.
to his house, and I talked to him and stuff. And so this is one of the kids, and so we were just talking about life problems and how to deal with them, and just all this shit.
Gregory is once again trying to make himself look like a good person and an honest person by telling on himself, and then bolsters this by including the story about helping his friend.
And we were shooting this shit at this fireplace and smoking cigarettes and just kind of chilling. And then we basically went back home, and they dropped me off. And then from then on.
Note that Gregory says he basically went back home, along with a super extended and then, followed by a long pause before he answers.
Jesus Christ.
He's clearly mentally skipping something, but he makes a poor attempt at covering it up as it's pretty obvious, especially as there will be several more pauses throughout his story.
It's pretty much the same.
So he didn't
I
have a
noticed my
backup
mom's
story
car was
room.
there. The lights were on. I walked into the house. Everything was everywhere. Door busted and all that shit, whatever. I already told you. Went through my house, looking for my mom. Wasn't anywhere to be found. Blah, blah, blah. Called the police.
Finally, after hours of interrogation,
I forgot to
Gregory
check the
begins to
corner.
divulge some
How
of the
many
truth.
hours
At face value, this
has it been at this
information might
point?
not seem relevant to finding Gregory's mother, but Sergeant Pagliari has a suspicion that it just might be more important to the case than anyone realizes.
Who were you with last night? What's their names?
Well, this is only 2.5 hours in. For an interrogation, that's not a ton of time.
How did you get out of the house window? Or your bedroom? Yeah. You're wearing black boots, jeans, black jeans, right?
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I dumped all of this clothing because I smelled like smoke.
Okay. So black boots, though, black jeans?
Right? They weren't black jeans, but they were just jeans.
Blue jeans?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're not pink or purple or gray, they're just standard blue.
Yeah.
Why
Gray
is he just
t-shirt.
randomly swearing? Is it just to look cool?
The detective appears to be trying to mirror Gregory's language, which is a pretty common tactic in report
I'm
writing.
like, huh?
Mirroring verbal language
Huh?
serves the same purpose as mirroring nonverbal language. It helps with connection and trust.
So now it's you.
My brain will
and
accidentally
Dylan. Who
do
else?
that, hang
Brian.
out with people
You picked up
sometimes.
Brian and Dothan also?
I don't know if
Yes.
that's normal,
Mom's
but it
minivan?
just does.
It was us three.
Who is-
Us three.
Us, you three.
Yeah.
You drank? What were you drinking?
Alcohol.
What type? Like a beer, liquor,
Tequila. Tequila.
Tequila, damn.
Who brought the tequila to the party?
I'm not a huge fan
No
of
one?
tequila, but I haven't had a ton of it, so maybe I
Smoking
just need
what?
to. Maybe it needs to be
Cigarettes?
prepared better,
Just
or I need to be a
cigarettes?
different
Yes.
brand.
And these guys, Dylan and Brian,
Rum
dropped
is
you
my
off today
go-to if I'm gonna have
at
anything.
your house. Well, I told you they dropped me
Oh,
off.
that also
Right
depends
here.
on when you're
When they
having
came-
it for me,
or
because
no,
I'm very mood-based.
where the hell are you talking about?
Because
Where's that
there's
place? They said,
seasonal
oh,
drinks,
this is
obviously,
high
and
base.
then it's the weather
They
plays
dropped me
into
off
it.
here. I want the rest of this. So it's not possible
And like with
that
some
Dylan
food, like
and
burgers, I
Brian
like
came to
having
your house,
beer.
well,
That
after they
shit
dropped
just
you off,
good. It's
stole
fucking
your
bussin'.
shit and killed your mom. Is that possible?
Well, I'd see them drive past me.
Okay. Well, I have to ask because again, I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened to your mom.
They're definitely accounted for because I saw them throughout the school day, and so if whatever happened to my mom, I don't even know what the fuck happened, but whatever happened to my mom, it happened during the school day, obviously because when I got home she wasn't there and the house was ransacked, so obviously something, whatever.
Gregory repeats the word obviously, which is a way to push his narrative. Remember, the more you repeat something, the more likely others are to believe it.
That is not how that works. I know psychologically that can be how it works. That is not how that
That's
shit
missing.
works,
You
dog.
didn't take to go trade for drugs or anything else.
No.
Okay. Did your friends?
No.
Okay.
Fidget pen ASMR.
Now you understand that. Hopefully you understand that this could have been flushed out hours ago.
Yeah, I do.
So I want to give you some credibility. I mean, what's
Yeah,
that got to do
boy.
with you
I
said you
love
want
the
your
fidget pen.
to have answers? This isn't
So
any answers
good.
for me. I mean, this is you going out, being a teenager, stealing your mom's car, and doing some. I thought you were going to tell me that you know what happened to your mother. Like somebody killed your mom, or took.
I don't know what happened. I already told you.
Okay.
I'm giving you my alibi, so you know I didn't off my mom.
Stating that he's given his alibi is certainly odd, and rather than actually denying being involved, Gregory seems to be fixated on his story.
Okay. You're not getting hostile with me, are you? I'm here to help you.
Yeah, no, but I'm not trying to get hostile.
Okay.
It's just the fact that.
Well, you have to understand that you could have told me this before, but now, did this guy, Joe, punch you in the face yesterday? Is that legit?
Yeah, it is.
This is the first time we see Gregory get really flustered, though we've seen him do a lot of self-soothing throughout. Perhaps he's realizing
Again, though,
he's
it's an
still not
anxious
out of the
situation.
woods. But little does he
Oh,
know,
God,
this
I hate
interview
that.
was not going to go the way
Like,
he
again,
hoped.
we know that you did some
Okay.
shit,
So
but...
Brian saw the guy punch you in his face. Did Dylan see this guy punch you in the face?
No, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there, but Brian's gonna vouch for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure, because again, I wanna. If you can't understand that I'm taking some of the things that you say with a grain of salt.
Making Gregory think that his friends might not corroborate his story and planting a seed of doubt that his friends will give a different story, the detective is using the prisoner's dilemma to try to get him to be honest.
Then
No,
I love the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah. So neither one of them know that my mom is missing.
Sergeant Pagliari gives Gregory one last chance to tell the truth before they verify his story with evidence.
I grabbed
I
slime.
want you to look at me real
play
quick. So
with.
what I'm about to tell you.
Whilst I
want
watch
you
this.
to understand. The
I'm kind of
magnitude.
excited to see what happened. The way
Okay,
that this is
okay.
kind of built up has been kind of
earlier
nice.
in our conversation, I've been very transparent with you. I've told you some of our tactics and things that we're going to do. I told you that we're going to verify your story, right?
Yes.
Okay. So one aspect of your story, obviously, is to run down Brian and Dylan, okay, who you said you were with last night, and who you're with today, okay?
Correct.
So think carefully about this.
Okay.
What do you think Dylan or Brian is going to say?
Like about me?
Yes.
They're probably going to act like they don't know me. Or they'll verify everything I've said.
Why would they act that they don't know you?
They don't want to get involved.
Involved in what?
Like, involved with my problems? I guess, I don't know. Point of the matter is, yeah, if you go run them down whenever you do that, or you want to do it.
Like right now we're doing it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll verify my story.
They're going to do what?
They'll verify what I'm saying.
Which is that you have nothing to do with the murder of your mother.
My mom was murdered?
What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't think she was murdered.
While Gregory continues to sit in the hot seat, two other detectives sit down with his friend
I like
Dylan
how they tried to
Segura.
trip him
Little
up
do
there,
they
though,
know
to
Dylan
be
is
fair.
about to break their case
Oh
wide
shit,
open.
Dylan fucking snitched.
What's going on, man?
Holy fuck,
I'm
Browse
Shane,
fucking
I'm a
snitched!
detective at the sheriff's
Oh
office.
fuck.
Mike Cox, how are you? Pretty alright. How you doing? Mike.
I'm sorry, I just caught the name. Have they said his name before? His name is Mike Cox. What? Like, I read that and heard that correctly. Mike space Cox. My Cox. I fucking can't. Bro, I fucking cannot.
We have them over your time. Yeah.
Fucking my Cox and fucking browse over here. God damn.
Okay. Have you talked to Greg today?
I saw him at school.
How good of friends are you guys?
I mean, I talked to him, but we're not like super close.
We're not like
Who is he super close
besties,
with?
but like
I
we're
don't
kind of
know. I don't
bros.
talk to him that much to really find out. I only have like 2 close friends myself, so.
I feel that in my heart and
Who are your
soul.
close friends?
There's Brian. He's a really good friend of mine, and then yeah, really Brian. He's like the only person I talk to on a daily basis.
What's his last name?
Torres.
Torres?
Torras.
Do you know another kid named Joey? Joey Jr. or something like that?
That may be friends with Greg.
No. I mean, I don't know people by names really, so like I might have seen them.
We go by
but I don't
street
know.
names here,
While
dog.
this isn't definitive proof of whether or not
How do you
Gregory's
not
story
know
so
that?
far has been true, there seems to be some discrepancies in the statements given by both of the boys. Dylan doesn't know who Joel is, and maybe it's because there's an entirely different reason that Gregory has scratches on his face. Not
Oh,
only
fuck.
that,
I love
but he
how every
also
time they
seems to be
bring up
downplaying his
Joel, it's just a
relationship with
blurred
Gregory.
stock photo.
According to Gregory, he had saved Dylan from taking his own life. It seems strange that Dylan wouldn't consider Gregory a close friend after such an incident.
Have you ever gone to Greg's house?
Yeah, I'm in a Greg's house.
Okay. When do you think the last time was you were over there?
I mean, probably last time I worked with him. Right? Like, yeah, last time I worked with him. So like Saturday.
Okay, so recent.
Like, is he okay though?
So Greg is fine.
Okay.
Dad's fine. Everybody's fine except his mom. That's the problem. Is his mom is gone.
We don't know where she's
We have
at.
no idea where the lady's at. We have zero idea.
So are they involved or
And that's why
not? I'm
we're here
very
talking to you,
confused
because
now.
we know you're friends with Greg.
Yeah, I was just worried for him.
Yeah,
Greg's fine.
I mean, he looks like he got into a fight. He said he got into a fight today at school, which is why we were trying to figure out what was going on there. Because it's going with all the leads that we possibly can. So
For now, Dylan is aware that he needs to watch everything he says, but later on, he won't be so careful. As soon
Aw,
as he
shit.
mistakenly thinks the cameras
Oh my
aren't
God,
rolling,
why
he
is
will
it so-
make
you
some
know what, they're
truly shocking
teenagers, so-
statements without realizing
That to
he's
me
being
makes sense.
recorded.
It's fine.
he's missing today. Yeah,
Yes.
she's missing today. She's missing right now, and they have no idea where this lady went. There's some unusual circumstances around it that it's abnormal, and
Enough abnormality to get a bunch of detectives out here.
yeah, we were both at home, and they called us and said, "Hey, we need you guys to come in. We
Yeah.
can start talking."
With some general information gathered from Dylan, the detectives start verifying his story.
The only time you saw Greg today was in the morning and in the afternoon at lunch, and you haven't seen him since.
Why don't they have
I
video?
didn't really see him now.
What do you mean you didn't really see him?
Like, I didn't face to face kind of thing. I saw him walking, but
When?
after lunch and then before I left.
Okay, but not out of school.
No,
And Greg never left early and got a ride with you guys at all?
no, I was with Brian.
It's clear that Dylan and Brian are incredibly
shit.
close and seemingly spent the day together. Wanting to make sure that they have every angle on this story, detectives are sent to question Brian as well.
How you doing, sir? Are you
Good.
Brian?
Shut up. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, I'm Detective Wheeler. This is Detective Johnson.
Yeah.
We need to talk
Dog.
to you.
Show the
Minute.
dog. Oh, is that why they didn't have video? Because it was done
Sorry, you
on
just
like
woke me
at
up. Sorry,
people's
man.
places.
Here's the deal, man. We need to talk to you about that burglary that happened over at Greg's house today.
Okay.
You know anything about it?
He messaged me that something happened. That's all I've heard though.
Yeah. Did you see Greg today?
At school.
What time?
From last I saw him was lunch.
Did you see him after lunch?
What?
Did you see him after lunch?
No, I was in class. That's really like one of the last times I saw him.
So far, it seems like Brian and Dylan's stories are adding up. However, it doesn't take long before Dylan makes a mistake.
Did you ever
Oh,
know Greg
shit.
to have how do I describe this? A mean streak per se in him? You ever seen him get angry?
Like anger issues.
Angry, yeah. Any indication that he has it in him? Does he have a lot of anger built up? Does he have a lot of animosity against anything or
He
anyone?
Like have hate for anything, but he has anger. Yeah.
What's he have anger about?
Just he's like anyone. Something little, it just make him angry out of nowhere.
Did you ever see him snap?
No, I've never seen him that.
How do you know he has anger?
Because I've just seen him angry, like about stuff. what
You be
kind of
angry
things?
and not
I
snap the
didn't
fuck.
really ask about it. It's not really my thing to know.
How did he act when he was angry? I mean, does
He just.
he shut
I want to
down?
see
Does
the
he get
doggo. I
fired
keep
up?
hearing
Does he-
doggo.
Shuts down. He just doesn't want to talk to anyone when he gets angry.
Has he given you anything to hold of his
I
from that
still want to
house?
know how
Last
she was
week he
off.
let me
Is
borrow
that
the
bad?
bow if
I'm
you
just
want
curious,
that.
and I
What'd you
hope
borrow
that
it
she
for?
didn't
I just
suffer,
thought it was
but
cool. I actually don't even know how to shoot it.
So what'd you borrow it for?
I thought it was cool.
So you thought it would just be cool to have in your room?
Yeah, I collect like stuff like that. Like I have a knife that's also a lighter. Just interesting stuff.
What would you gonna do with the bow?
so
Look
are
at
the
Yeah.
is the computer stashed away at one of his homies' houses? Did one of his homies take the fucking gaming computer? Since I'm assuming that's the bow.
You were gonna shoot it at all?
I don't know.
Was there arrows with it?
No. It was just the bow. I have no idea how to shoot it.
That kind of seems odd, though.
Most thing I've ever shot is a BB gun.
I don't know if you can get
This is an immediate
crossbows
red flag for the
super
detectives.
easily
Gregory
where they're
had
at.
listed his bow as one of the items that were stolen from his house. If Dylan has possession of the bow, that means either he stole it or Gregory lied to the sergeant.
Shit. No, suck my cock and balls. What the fuck kind of bullshit? No, also suck my cock and balls. Boop. There you go.
Couple more things. Yeah. You swear from the information you're about to give me is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. You and Greg
Yeah,
left school
sure.
together today, didn't you? You didn't walk off campus today?
I walked off campus.
Did Greg walk with you?
I walked with Brian.
Okay. You walked with Brian. And where did you walk to?
To Brian's truck.
Okay.
Tractor.
His what?
Tractor.
His tractor. And you were where?
I went
His huh?
And
Oh.
what did you do when you got here?
I grabbed my clothes.
Okay.
Me and Brian drove around, and I went to work.
Although Dylan is claiming that he's telling the truth, his
Oh,
story
he has
is
a
quickly
job?
starting to
I
contradict
guess they are old
Brian's.
enough that they would be
So,
able to get a job.
I picked up Greg this morning, right? After I picked up
Because
Dylan.
I think
and then
they're
morning times I
between
really don't talk
15
to
and
them. I
16,
just
which is
pick 'em up
just
and
old
bring 'em to
enough
school
to get
'cause
a
I'm
job,
tired. I'm
depending
not a
on where
morning
you're
person
at,
at
what
all.
your options are.
And then I went to school,
I think.
went through my classes like usual. Lunchtime I saw him, okay? And then after lunch, that's really like one of the last times I saw him, so.
Times you leave school?
Sometimes he goes to his 7th, sometimes he doesn't.
What time did you leave school?
What time did I leave?
Brian repeats the question here to give himself some time to think about his answer. He will
I
repeat
have.
part of
I
the
would
question
be. I would
again
look
in
like
a
the most
moment,
fucking
making you
obvious,
wonder why he
fucking
needs to
guilty
think about
person
this
if I was
answer
dumb
when
enough
it
to
should
answer
be
questions
easy to
like this. Because
remember.
I do.
I left
I don't remember what I
after
ate
fifth
last
period.
night, brother
Who'd you
boy.
take with you?
I don't.
With me, it was me.
Like,
Dylan.
I need to stop and think about these things on the
Right,
regular,
but I took
which
him
probably
back.
isn't
I
good,
took him
but
back
To his house.
As the detectives continue to dig for the truth, Dylan eventually cracks.
We walked off campus. We went to his house. He gave me his stuff to hold.
oh
What
shit.
stuff?
I can show you.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Does he have the gaming
He gave me
computer?
his gaming
Yeah!
laptop, his gaming PC. He gave me his bow that I borrowed.
He has a gaming
Today?
laptop
That.
and a
He
gaming
gave you
PC.
his
What
personal
the
computer
fuck?
too, and the bow.
And the bow.
Why did he give you? So it's a laptop, a gaming laptop, a PC,
Not
and a bow.
It's a gaming PC.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Gaming
just a
PC,
regular gaming
bow,
or
and
a
what
regular
else?
PC. It's a
Don't know what
gamer
else on the
PC.
And then what?
Why did
It
he
has
give it to you whole? Did he
RGBs.
tell you?
He said he was in trouble, so he gave me it, and I drove off. I came here. I put it in my closet.
He fucking crumbled,
And I
dog.
went to work. After he gave me the stuff, I went to work.
Is
didn't
he
do
actually
anything
involved
else.
then?
I have a job to do.
Look, why did he say he was giving you that stuff?
What kind of trouble is he in?
I don't know what kind of trouble is he in, but got there, and the house looked really torn up. So he told me to take the stuff. I mean, I get.
I mean, I guess he could because
So
he
you
lied
got
to
to the
cops.
house
I think
with
that's a
Greg
charge,
and
possibly,
Brian.
and
the
because he
driver.
technically
Did Brian get
helped.
out? Did you all
I
go
think he
inside
would
the
get a
house?
lesser charge if
We
he
got
wasn't
to the
directly
door.
involved with the
He
murder.
ran in,
I
looked
think,
inside. I
but
could see it all messed up.
who knows
He
if
ran out,
he
gave me
wasn't
that,
involved.
Gave me the bow. He threw a couple of the things that we ended up just throwing out, and then I came back here.
What did you throw out?
We threw out like a computer and a printer and just like small stuff like that.
Threw it out where?
We just found a random dumpster and threw it in there.
Where's this random dumpster?
Did they find
The
a dumpster?
Dixie parking lot.
With this confession from Dylan, all
Shit.
of the supposedly stolen items mentioned by Gregory are now accounted for. As detectives try to find out what kind of trouble Gregory might have been in, Dylan makes a shocking and disturbing confession.
sorry for lying.
I know, but now's the time to get it all out, all of it. So tell us what happened.
Damn.
I mean, he's done this much. He's given you personal items for you to hide or to hold. That's not suspicious to you, and it's not suspicious to you that you guys hold on.
Dylan knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah,
Tell us.
Yep.
Tell us what happened.
It's okay, man. It's not on you.
pretty much what happened. Me and Brian.
Oh,
driving to
shit.
school this morning, and he called me and
He
Brian.
actually gonna say?
Hey, something big happened. He wouldn't say it on the phone, so me and him had to go get him. Then he gets in the car.
I want
and
to see a
says,
fucking
I
dog.
did it. I really did it. I killed my mother. So we drove to school. We did the entire day. We left early. And we get back to the house. He says, take this.
Greg did say something happened to his mother. It was kind of fuzzy because seemed like he was kind of shooken up. So he said something happened, and like I said, he was really shooken. So he told me something about how
He was very
his house
shook,
was messed
okay.
up. So we went over there, and he asked if I could take some of his stuff. Right? He said
He
he
was
would get rid
shooken.
of some of the stuff in his house. So we go in there, and we grab some of the stuff out of his house.
So you did go in the house?
Yes, and we put it in the tracker.
God damn.
And he told us what needed to be like kept and what needed to be thrown away. So we stopped and we threw
So
away.
we were
like,
homies
said,
and
the
we did what you
printer,
wanted.
the
So I want to
jukebox,
know if they were
yeah.
actually like
Real simple
charged.
stuff.
Because if
The
this
church-
is true and they
the
didn't actually
havings.
directly
What
do
happened
it, they
at the
just
church, buddy?
assisted in
Greg
like
had
concealing
he
things.
put one of the like a trunk. He put that in the water.
What was in the trunk, buddy?
A whole bunch of random stuff, like just junk that you'd see at, like a garage sale.
After hours of investigation, interrogation, and turmoil,
I'm playing
detectives
with the
finally are
lemon
getting
lime
to the
slime.
truth.
The
Despite
Coke one.
having this horrid
The soda
information,
slime
there's
from
still
the
so
stream.
much they
I
need
love
to
it.
know. But Brian is still
It's
reluctant
bussin'.
to admit one crucial detail.
What was said? What did Greg tell you? Don't cover up for Greg.
I'm not trying to
If he
cover
said,
for Greg.
If he said it, then he said it, and then you did what you did, and that can be explained.
Mhm.
But don't sit here and just continue to lie to us. All right?
Okay.
You and Greg are buddies.
There's more than one person here. It's not just you. Remember that.
By stating there's more than one person here, the detective is clearly using the prisoner's dilemma with Brian.
There's
Yeah,
two
yeah.
other parties
We love the
involved.
prisoner's
It's not just
dilemma.
you. Okay?
So it's not like we came here blind.
Blind.
Looking for answers.
Yeah, I can tell that by how much you guys already know and all that. So
Just tell us what he said.
he said that he's telling me that, like an argument, but not really argument, but he told me that like it's hard to say. It's
just
honestly
Just say it. Just say it. We've probably already heard it. Just,
yeah. He
just
said
say it.
that he killed his mother, and I didn't really believe it. So
Okay. All right.
With both boys having claimed that Gregory killed his mother, the detectives are inclined to believe that they're telling the truth. Although Brian is claiming that he didn't believe Gregory's claims, it's hard to imagine that he wouldn't get suspicious after helping stage the crime
sussy.
scene. No matter what Brian or Dylan want to
Sussy
believe,
and like
they helped
actually
their friend
believing
cover
that
up
your
the
friend
brutal and shocking
did a thing,
murder of
then
his
that's
own
two different
mother.
things. I don't
As
know.
the detectives prepare to inform Sergeant Pagliari about what they've learned, one of them notices that Dylan isn't doing too well.
Yeah. You okay? I know your history. I just want to make sure that you're not thinking about harming yourself or anything. Dylan,
Oh,
you
shit.
okay? I know it's tough.
Oh shit.
Feel anything for it.
You don't feel anything for what? What do you mean you don't feel anything for it?
There's like a part of me that knows I should feel bad, but I can't feel anything for it. Hey, what to do?
Listen, just do what you're doing. Sitting here talking to me, okay? I can understand. You're probably not feeling anything because you haven't really processed it yet. You
That is
haven't
a fact,
processed
too.
What happened.
While one detective comforts Dylan, the other is quick to get Sergeant Pagliari on the phone and let him know what they've discovered. Armed with this new information, Pagliari sits
Aw,
down for
shit.
one final confrontation.
Aw,
with
shit.
Gregory.
Here we
But
go.
even with everything they know,
Here we go
none of
again.
them could have been prepared for what exactly
Oh
Gregory
fuck.
would
What does
say.
Greg
Do
say?
you think, and I'm going to ask you this.
Gregor, what did you say?
Because, in your hearts of hearts, looking at me face to face, are you a man of integrity?
Oh, this
You
is
know what
4
that is?
fucking hours later.
Okay.
Shit.
Are you a person of integrity?
I don't think I have the best character. I think I have character flaws, but on the up and
I
up.
feel like everyone has
usually,
character flaws.
I try to be as honest as possible, and when I'm not, it's because I'm being selfish. And I can admit that. Okay. I tend to be selfish, and that's a problem I have. But okay, yeah. Well, here's what
I
I'm
just
gonna
can't
do.
believe this
I'm
popped
gonna
off
look
because
at
of
my eyes,
grades,
okay?
man.
I'm
That's just like the worst.
And I'm going to ask you, did you kill your mother, take things from your house, distribute them amongst your friends, come in here today,
and lie to my face and say that you didn't do that?
No.
No what? I didn't do that. You didn't kill your mother?
No.
Okay.
Notice Gregory's complete stillness. He's working as hard as possible to lie. He's making constant, intense eye contact, and then has no reaction to the accusation. An innocent person would be furious.
Yeah, but
or
at this point,
completely
he has
shocked
already
at
been
being
accused once before.
angry
Like, again,
their
he
friends
probably
turned on
definitely
them.
did it.
It
I'm
would
not
show,
even like,
but from Gregory
but
we see almost nothing.
I don't know.
All right.
Like,
So,
earlier, the
sit back
response to me freaked me out
I don't
more
believe
because
you.
there
Why?
was just a
Well, the
pause.
good news about it is that all those things that were missing from your house, we found them. Where? You tell me. I give you a clue. It's one of your buddies.
Are you saying my friends robbed my house?
Is that what you took out of this? Is that I'm saying that your friends robbed your house? The same friends who, by the way, were at school all day and who dropped you off. Here, I'll refer to your little map here, bud. Remember this. They dropped you right here on High Banks, whenever the hell this road is. And I asked you earlier, is it possible that your two friends could have went to your mom's house and killed your mom and taken those things?
And I didn't.
You said that's impossible because they would have been driven past you, and then you would have saw them. The time is up,
Shit.
Greg. The time is up.
Busted.
We found the
dude.
stuff.
Okay.
Okay? Your buddies turned us onto it. Now you need to tell me.
Oh,
what
shit.
happened, because they've already told me what
So
happened. They
what
told my
the
pals
fuck?
what
Because his
happened, so
mom's
you need
still
to come
missing.
come
So
to
what did
Jesus.
he do?
You're a religious man. You prayed with your mom. You need to tell me what happened.
So what did they tell you?
I'm not telling you what they told me because I don't have to tell you what they told me. You tell me what happened.
I already told you what happened.
Tell me you didn't kill your mother.
I didn't.
Who killed your mother?
I have zero clue.
Who took the to your house?
Well, you just told me. Apparently it's my friends.
And when did they think they did that?
I have zero clue.
Do you honestly believe the things that are coming out of your mouth?
Yeah?
So when your buddy says that you told him you killed your mother, he's lying.
After being backed into a
Oh,
corner, Gregory
shit.
remains silent for quite a while before something snaps
Oh,
inside
shit.
him
What
and
did-
divulges one of the most chilling
Oh,
confessions
shit.
we've ever heard.
What? No. Fuck you, Ed. Harbor Freight suck my dick and boss.
Oh, good, whatever. Alright, I'll tell you what happened. Alright, so I got home. I got in an argument with my mom. She slapped me across the face. She began to hit me. She started beating me. I didn't like it, so I strangled her to death. I put her in a wheelbarrow. I put her in my car. I took
Damn!
the car.
Bro, he is not fucking pausing. He's alright, fine, fuckers.
I had a mental breakdown where I almost committed suicide 3 times.
As he talks, Gregory adds in, I almost had a mental breakdown and thought about taking his own life, even as he's in the middle of admitting to killing his mom. He still wants to appear to be the victim. This is very
Jesus
classic
Christ, that's
narcissistic thinking
terrifying.
and behavior.
I drove around Daytona. I dropped the wheelbarrow in some random ass location, and I drove back to the church. I began to dig a hole. I dig a hole right under the fire pit. I dug a pretty deep hole, pretty deep, you know, deep enough to fit a body in. All right. All this time, my mom's decomposing body. I dragged it from my car to
Like, he just
the
sounds
fire
like he
pit.
was
In which
inconvenienced.
case, I tried to cut the wedding ring off her finger because I wanted to pawn it, but I couldn't because I didn't have a knife strong enough to cut bones. Oh, well, whatever. Anyways, so I dug that hole, threw her body in there,
Damn.
filled it back in, made it look all nice
Hey,
and natural, dumped my
good.
clothes, and then I went home
wants in my
and
room. No pussy allowed.
caught a ride to school with my friends, and yeah. And,
Damn,
yeah.
what the
What
fuck?
about the part that you staged a crime scene?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Oh, so in the middle of the night, I realized that hey, my mom just up and disappears. That's not gonna make any sense. So I decided to make it look like a botched robbery. So I just went to my house and I just threw shit everywhere, which looked pretty convincing. Yeah,
And yeah, again, not what I want to hear. Why did you drag your two buddies into this and give them the stolen
because I needed to get rid of it.
Gregory's complete lack
Because
of remorse
homies
is
help
disturbing,
homies,
to
dog.
say the least.
That's what
And
that
it
is.
only gets
Homies
more
help
horrifying
homies.
as he doubles down.
Dude, the fact that
I
he's
think
just like,
you have to realize
fuck it.
that with my mom beating up and hitting on me, it wasn't like me being like, I've waited ages for this, and then I kill her. No, this was extremely out of impulse, out of me getting beaten the shit out of me. So I just was like, done with it. So I grabbed her neck and I strangled her. So it was out of complete impulse, which doesn't make it any better. But the point of the matter is, I was shaken up, obviously.
So, your mother talked to your father on the phone When did you strangle your mother?
I don't know. 12? 12:30?
Where was she at when you did it?
What?
Where was she?
In the room?
Which room?
Her room.
Sleeping?
No, she woke up.
She woke up after you had your hands around her throat?
No, she woke up when I entered her room.
And what happened then?
She's like, what are you doing?
What did you say?
And I said, listen, you have to understand that I was not, the stuff that is on my face right now was a lot worse, and I wasn't feeling good, and I said...
So he's claiming that his mom beat on him. Then he waited until 12:30 a.m. to walk into his mom's room. Really creepily, it sounds. His mom woke up, said, what are you doing? And he said, why'd you have to hit me?
You said that you wouldn't do that again, but you did it anyways. Why did you have to do that?
What
and
the
she's
fuck?
like, well, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You
Stop.
Yeah.
Whatever, blah, 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 bullshit. We've covered that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. What'd she say?
She was like, well, you were being a dick. And is that really important?
Let it out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's important. I want you to tell me.
No. Does that really warrant? Not important. Does that really warrant? I wasn't being a dick. I already explained to you the conversation that I had with her. All right? It's still about my bio grade. It's still about all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same conversation I had with her. But it's the same conversation. It's just, like I said, it escalated to screaming and yelling.
Jesus.
And then she started hitting me. And I did not hit back. I did not punch her back. Because like I said, I wouldn't do that.
Gregory is making a lot of referral statements by saying, like I said, over and over. He's trying to find a way to maintain his story wasn't complete lies by pointing out the pieces of truth he said before.
Bruh.
Until
really?
I realized
Really?
that if I let her keep
I
on
still can't
beating
believe
me
he brought his
around
homeboys into it.
and basically
I hope they didn't get too much of a punishment, because really, if what happened, the only thing that they didn't do was call the cops. Like,
according to Gregory, his mother's murder was a preemptive
and they could have been
self-defense,
scared.
but that doesn't justify
I mean,
such a horrifying
that could
and
be a reason
unforgivable
why.
crime. He continues to share more grisly details of the cold-blooded attack.
Put your hands around her neck. Was she facing you when you did it?
Yeah.
You extend your arms and put your hands around her throat.
Yes.
And squeezed.
Yep.
What did she do?
I mean, what can you do in that situation?
You tell me what she was doing.
God,
well,
can you pick up what you
I
knocked
forced
out,
her onto the ground, and I was strangling her. And she was clawing my arm. She was whatever.
Oh, she
you
fought,
see
damn.
My hand, where in this crease here, I was putting so much stress on it because I was over it. I realized that it was either her getting so angry with me one day that she just takes out a kitchen knife and stabs me, or it was me getting so angry with her that I strangled her to death. And so I took the latter because I didn't want her to kill me. I didn't think that was fitting. That wouldn't have worked out. So I just took action instead.
Gregory seems to really struggle to come up with an explanation here. I didn't think that was
All right,
fitting.
bro, this is
particularly odd
ridiculous.
phrasing in the middle of a
I
confession.
just can't
Though he
believe.
admitted he killed her, he's trying his hardest to make it
I
self-defense.
just
with a
cannot
roundabout
fucking believe
justification.
that the
Though
reason
it
why
sounds
he did. I guess
completely
he's also
unbelievable,
blaming
it's
on
likely
like
he's
domestic
probably
violence, right?
actually
Because he
convinced
was
himself of this.
quote unquote beaten earlier.
You forced her to the floor, and you choked her
I
life
don't
out.
believe it fully
And then
because
what
of how
did you
much
do?
he's lied already, but
I felt nothing. How long did
this
it
all
take?
stemmed
30
from
minutes.
bad grades.
You choked your
Ultimately,
mother on the floor to death for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
How'd you know she was dead?
Okay. Actually, let me rephrase this. I choked her to death, and I thought she was dead, and I went to go get the wheelbarrow, and then she was moving, so I had to get back on top of her and finish the job. And then once she wasn't resisting when I was dragging her dead body across the floor, I knew she was dead.
Gregory continues
Jesus
with his crude and
Christ.
detached tone as he describes
so
how
she
he
could have
disposed of
survived
his
after
mother's
the
body.
initial attack, possibly if that wasn't death rattles, because that is a thing. Ugh. Cookies.
Well, listen, dead bodies are heavy. They're a pain in the ass to carry. I was like, all right, well, this is easy. Simple fireman's carry, right? I'm just gonna pick her up, whatever, bring her to the car, throw her in there. Nah, this is heavy. So I got the wheelbarrow, I dragged her out to the stairs, and then I positioned the wheelbarrow in the way so I could basically muscle her body into the wheelbarrow, just perfect enough to where I could get her into the car, actually into the wheelbarrow, without having to, break my bag.
Okay. So you take her to the car.
Bruh.
Where do you put her in the minivan?
I just shoved her in there.
In the very back?
Yeah. opened up the trunk, just kind of.
Bruh.
I put 2 belts around her legs, and then I dragged her into the car.
Dude.
2 belts around her legs and dragged her into the car?
Yeah, I tied 2 belts. I had like a belt around her ankle and a belt around her ankle, and then I tied them together, and I used it as a crutch.
So you were in the van and just dragged her, like, from inside the van and dragged her from the wheelbarrow into the back of the van?
Yeah, it was a bit to do, but yeah, I did it.
As Gregory describes
God
his
damn, like
next
it sounds
steps,
like he's
we
low
get a
key complaining
fascinating
about all
glimpse
of
into
this.
the twisted mind of a teenage murderer.
Like it was an inconvenience and not an upset
So
that he
you pull her
fucking
into the back of the
murdered his
car, and then
mom.
where do you go?
Well, I threw a wheelbarrow in there, and I was like, and I got the shovel, and I was like, okay, let's do this. Whatever, it's easy. Yeah, no. Then I had a mental breakdown. I was like, holy shit, blah, blah, whatever.
Nope. Blah, blah, whatever. What's that mean? Fill it in.
Like, whatever, holy shit, what am I doing? Or whatever. Just ruined my future, blah, 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 whatever.
The repeated blah, blah,
Jesus
blah
Christ, he does
statements
not.
show the fascinating
Boy.
but disturbing dichotomy of how
Boy,
Gregory
he literally
presents
just
his
said,
intelligent as
Gregert.
well as very
He said
childish.
no blah, blah,
This is
blah.
the hallmark of most teens, but it's extremely chilling when tied to discussing murder.
Basically just I was basically reasoning with myself, do I deserve to live? And I realized that I did the thing I did out of self-defense. I mean, sure, she wasn't hitting me in the moment, but it would have eventually just gotten worse and worse and worse. It's always gotten worse and worse and worse over the years. But it was just a matter of time. I was on the highway, I was driving and then I realized, I had lots of thoughts going through my head. My original thought was, what if I just dump my mom's body in some random ass location with a wheelbarrow, and then I just go on the run, right? And then I realized where I go. I mean, I have my sister's house in Michigan. Yeah,
True.
She just turned me to the cops.
Yeah,
whatever, I'm not gonna get out of the country.
Your sister wouldn't support you if you murdered your mom?
They find her body, so it's not worth it.
Did they find her
And
body
I was
before
like,
he said
well,
anything? I don't think they did.
Traffic. I mean, it's really busy in this area for some reason. I could just move my car into oncoming traffic and myself. And I was like, nah, it's a pussy ass way to go. I'm not gonna do that. All right, so I just decided, I guess we're just back at square one. So I'm gonna go back to where I started.
Gregory continues to narrate the account, and he doesn't hesitate to share the disgusting details about what he did to his mother's body.
Drove the body back to the church, and dig the hole, realized that my phone flashlight's not going to be enough, go back to the house, get a new flashlight.
How many fucking trips back and forth did he make?
By the
Damn.
way, when I'm talking about me going back to my house to get money, it's just me trying to make excuses for my phone being in certain places. I should have just trashed my phone like I did with my mom's, but I didn't really want to do that because I was listening to music and I was gonna get caught anyway, so I just no point. And so
what the fuck kind of? This is so weird. This is so unsettling and weird. What the hell?
Whatever, and then get the area lit up, dig, realize that the body smells terrible. It smells like Jesus Christ. You ever smell a dead body?
Do I smell a dead body? Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah, they smell like
Casually listening to music
Bro,
while
what
digging
the
a grave
fuck?
and be so comfortable discussing the smell of his mother's dead body show his complete lack of empathy beyond the
This is
remorselessness he's displayed
ridiculous.
so far.
What the fuck? Like, I know I'm not really interjecting a lot here, but like, I'm just sitting here, fucking.
get the body in there, I'll pour the bitch on it.
My jaw is missing. Literally. Like, what the fuck? I have heard some unhinged confessions, like from adults and from younger, from like minors before, because true crime, it happens, unfortunately, but nothing like this. He is like just straight up like that. There's only a couple times the detective's been like, no, what do you mean? Like, he is being so fucking open, and I kind of hate it. Like, it's good, I guess, that he's telling the truth, but fuck.
Speech patterns.
It's
As soon
so
as he
fucking
decided to
terrible. He's
confess,
15.
He's now talking a lot
He is
faster.
fucking
This is
15 years
most
old.
likely his normal way of talking, as before he was concentrating on being deceptive.
So, okay, we dig the hole. It's like, what, 4:30? And I decided, all right, so we dump the body and then we fill back up. And then at 5:30, put back. So,
we?
Myself.
Okay, so you're talking about we being yourself, nobody else is there. This is just you.
Yeah, it's just me. So, anyways, done with the hole. So, kick the body in the hole.
Damn.
So I had to kind of Kramer in there. I don't know if I broke any bones, whatever. Poured the bleach on her, put the dirt over her, and I mean, when you go out there, you'll see it. It looks perfectly natural. Doesn't look like there's anything. How'd you mask the hole? What'd you do? Well, it was a fire pit. So I literally just threw the dirt back on it, moved the rocks around, it looks perfectly fine. So she's in the fire pit, or under the fire pit? Yeah. Okay.
And yet another
Damn.
shocking twist. Gail's
And I hate it because that's also like not the. That's like not a bad place to put a body, which is a horrible sentence. But like that, I feel like would be overlooked. Because why would they look there?
body wasn't the only thing Gregory hid in the woods that
Oh
night.
shit! What else?
What
What did you do?
What else is in there? The broom I used to sweep the drag marks away.
Like he
Because
thought
somebody
about
dragged me to
shit.
the body. As I said, I trashed the wheelbarrow on Holly Hills, which was a dumbass move because I still needed to get the body out from the trunk of my car.
Bro, like this is some shit that a lot of grown adults don't even think of that have committed these types of acts. This is ridiculous.
Maybe an hour and a half, I probably would have gotten away with it.
Like if he didn't tell his friends or involve his friends, there was a decent chance. Like if he didn't involve his friends and he had a better alibi or a better story, a clearer timeline, which I feel like he would have had if he didn't involve his friends, he might have like actually gotten away with it. They might not have found the body. Like,
to be frank.
So is there anything else? I mean, you said that there's a shovel in the woods, a broom in the woods. How about any of the stolen or the stuff that you took from the
Well, there's more. Yeah, there's stolen. There's nothing big. It's like all small. And I just kind of chucked it in there because no one else wanted it, and I needed to get rid of it. So there's a cache of stolen in the lake behind the fire pit, but it's probably all whatever. By the way, in the woods by the fire pit, I don't know. I couldn't point out to you exactly, but there's 2 laptops and the 30 caliber gun right behind the fire pit in the woods. And obviously, you know where the rest of the stuff is.
I do. Go back to before you left your house with your mother's body in the van, you started staging the crime scene. Is that right? You said you took some of the stolen out?
Yeah.
What, not stolen. You took what'd you take out of the house first, and then while your mother's body was in the van?
Well, I just kind of figured, like, well, I need to get everything out. I was like, well, not everything, but like, I was like, how can I make this look legit? I was like, I can't just like make my mom disappear and then like head to school and be like, oh, everything's okay. I was like, that's not gonna work. So I need to make it look like something happened, like a botched robbery or something. And you gotta admit, I don't know if you saw the house. Do you see the house?
I haven't gone inside yet, though.
All right.
See your work.
It looks quite nice.
Okay.
It looks quite legit.
It's weird. Why is there all this crap up here spilled? There's a broken glass here. I saw this shit broken, dude.
Oh, yeah. It looked so legit. That's why Gregory immediately ended up in the interrogation room confessing
okay,
right now.
that's a little sassy, and I don't think that's really necessary. I think he did a better job than he did, but I don't think the job he did was bad. I think it could have been way worse. Like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that he involved his friends and he kept his cell phone with him for some reason, I feel like those 2 things and coming up with a better alibi. I mean, I'm glad he was caught, but
everything, and I grabbed everything of value, and I kind of just threw it in the van, and yeah.
As Sergeant Pagliari works to understand the rest of this disturbing story, Gregory takes every opportunity to flaunt his horrendous ego.
God damn it, no. What the fuck? No.
But some of the stuff you gave to your friends. When did you give some of that to your friends?
After school.
After school.
Yeah, there wasn't any time. I was planning what I was going to plan to do. I was going to drive up to the Sunrail and leave my mom's car there and dump the bike somewhere and make it look like that she went to Orlando and that she just got whatever. And I think actually if I hadn't made the botched robbery and I just kind of drove the car up there and lost the bike and gotten picked up by my friends, and we kind of like just kept hush-hush about it, and I killed my mom and put her under the fire pit, you guys probably would have never caught me because you probably think that she got mugged in Orlando and died, and that probably would have made a lot more sense. But I didn't think it through because I was impulse thinking and I was doing everything on a whim. So if I had more time to think it through, I probably would have done other things, but that's whatever.
Okay. So you went to school, though?
Oh, yeah.
How did you get to school?
Brandon Dillon picked me up in front of my house. I was wearing jeans covered in dirt, as well as boots covered in dirt. You'll find those in the woods with the broom and
God
But,
damn.
I was wearing a shirt. I just grabbed a random shirt and some soap and a washcloth. And then when I got to school, I wiped all the dirt off me, the excess blood that was on my face from my mom hitting me, and I cleaned myself up. And then I went to school and acted like nothing happened.
So then you go to school like nothing's up, right? Let's just go to class for a little while, right?
Yeah, well, that's my last day as a free man. Might as well enjoy it.
Okay. Say goodbye to your friends?
More or less with you. Whatever.
Well, your two best buds are the ones you really care about, right?
Well, no, they screwed me over in the end, so it's whatever.
Only one person keeps a secret, Greg.
Yeah.
You, when did they find out that you killed your mom?
I love how
When
frank
they
that
picked
is.
me up, 'cause I
Only
was
one
covered
person.
in blood,
I don't
which
think
was
I've
my
ever
blood,
heard
but
of a
I was
group
covered in blood
crime
and
that was
dirt,
ever
and
like
I was
committed that
wearing
was
a
this
shirt,
heinous
and I
that was
soap, and
ever
I'm
like
what the f- happened? And I
unsolved.
was like,
Usually
well,
there's
Brian, I
someone
called
that
you
says
last night. He's
something.
like, yeah, I know.
It's harder
I told
to
them.
hide something or
So
to
then, what
coordinate
was their
something when
reaction?
there's more people
Apathy?
involved, in
Tell
my
me.
opinion.
Describe. Elaborate.
Like you can have
They
alibis
didn't care.
with people,
They
but
thought
to
you were
have
full of
people
I mean,
like
Well, yeah, they thought I was
involved
fully,
is
so I took
just
them back
like
to where I did it.
which was after school.
Yeah.
And then after school, you took them to the church.
Yeah.
And then you just started divvying out.
Soda slime.
Take what you want.
Knowing that your mother was dead, and you told them take what you want, and they were good with that.
Yeah, they're good.
Who took what?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
There's now no denying that Dylan and Brian helped Gregory cover up his mother's murder, and the two are detained while Sergeant
That's why I was
Pagliari
wondering
wraps
how
up
much they're
Gregory's
actually going to get
Well,
in
how about
trouble
the part,
for, because I think that
I gotta
varies
say, I was
because of their
impressed with the
age,
kicking
depending
out
on
the
what
door. Did
state
you go
they're
out
in.
yourself?
Because the
Oh, no, I had those
involvement,
two
like, it's not like
Oh, okay,
they
so,
knew
or things
about
that you
it,
guys did.
but they
Yeah,
didn't
Right?
report
So tell
it.
me about that.
Well, I was like, hey, I need help.
And
escaping
then
the
once
crime
they were
scene.
interrogated
They were
and
like,
didn't
okay.
admit to it
Well,
right
okay.
away, I
So
feel
both
like
of them
that's
together
concealing it,
kicked
right?
in the
That's
door.
its own
Yeah,
charge.
it was very impressive.
Okay. Do you guys have this on video?
Oh,
or
they
anything?
helped
This-
stage
I
the crime.
wish
See,
I had
I
a video. That would be graphic. That'd be great. But no. But I'm sure if you dust for footprints on the door, you'll find their shoes.
Okay.
You'll find it all over the house as well. But then we went to my mom's room.
I love how the boy in the corner there is just sitting there like,
They didn't
fuck.
want to get their fingerprints on anything, even though they had already kicked the door open and whatnot. But and even though they're already like basically helping me do this, whatever.
As the interrogation comes to a close, Gregory
It's been
once again
almost
displays
5
his
hours in
astonishing
that
apathy
interrogation room.
towards his
Damn.
mother's death.
Damn.
Am I gonna go to prison or what? What's up?
Well, what's going to happen is I have to obviously let someone from the state attorney's office know about today's events, and then we'll go from there. So I don't have, there's no end game as far as what's going to end up happening to you. And your question is like what, prison and all that jazz? I don't know. But you will be arrested.
Like, yeah, obviously, but like, since I'm a minor, can I even go to prison? Is it like a thing?
That I don't know. Again, I'm just the person who gets the facts and presents them.
Oh, yeah, he is 15.
Again, all we're going to do, Detective Jones and I are just here to get the facts of the case. We present our findings to the legal part of things, which that's not me.
So since I'm in the police station already, ready to do handcuffs and all that jazz?
You probably will be handcuffed at some point, yeah.
Dope, bro. And then I did Act of the Century. She's giving me a Grammy for that 9/11 or 911 call.
Yeah.
You should give it a listen. It's quite nice.
Though Gregory is
Jesus
bragging about
Christ.
his
I
911
just can't.
call,
It's
actually
the
something that gave
complete
him
lack
away
of
from the
empathy,
beginning.
and it's
When he was
also
asked
just
where
how.
the emergency was, he immediately launched into his story, which is an instant red flag.
911, where's your emergency?
I just got home and my house is completely trashed. It looks like someone broke in the side door.
An innocent person is interested in help, not telling a story. It's incredible that the detectives
Like the fact
can
that
keep a
he
straight
didn't
face
lead.
list-
I think it's the fact that he didn't lead with my mom's missing, I need someone here now type video, because a lot of people in that type of emergency situation, that would be the main source of concern. They wouldn't be able to, like, I don't want to say they wouldn't be able to formulate it, but the emergency would be the pressing thing on their mind. It would probably be followed up by, like, I just got home, she's not here, that she's nowhere else she'd go, the car's still in the driveway. Like,
to him. Before officially
something.
arresting Gregory, the sergeant has one last question for him.
You've taken a little bit of pride in what you did. That's fine. You know what? It is what it is, right? Are you willing to go with us and show us where at the church where you put her and everything?
Like,
Do
he
a little
just seems
reenactment of what
borderline proud of the
So
entire
you're willing
thing,
to
and
ride
that
with us. I'll
that
sit you in
mixed
the
with the
back
lack
seat,
of
full car.
empathy just
Uniform
kills me.
deputy.
I'm like, that still
We'll
was
come
your
in
mother.
and handcuff you, of course,
Like,
and
no
put
one
you
will
back
know
in with them, and then
100%
we'll
what was
take you
going
over
on
to
in that
church,
household,
and then we'll
but
get out and
what
do a
the
little
fuck?
video reenactment of the scene over there. and just kind of go through some things. Tell us what you were thinking.
And the
That's all
only
we're
thing they
looking
went
to do at this
over is
point.
that he
You
had
wanna do that?
depression. He had issues with
You're down?
depression.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
But I don't think
After
they
arriving
mentioned
at the
specific
church,
like anger
Gregory leads
issues
the
or
officers to the
diagnosed
burial
issues.
site.
Drop, and then I put my phone. I if I can find this. Oh,
Are your phones out here?
well, no, it's not. I wish it was.
No,
But oh, whatever. Well, there was a what? Did they find the stuff back here?
we probably found a few things, but go ahead what you recall.
All right. Well, whatever. There's
Yeah.
Did you guys find the gun back here?
Did we find a gun back here? It's okay if we
There's
did.
one back there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay.
A rifle?
Yeah. You guys
Yes.
found the laptops as well?
I believe so, sir.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
So yeah, whatever. I set my phone so I get some light, but then I
Like
realized
he
I had to go
sounds
out
like
my
he
house to
just
get
says
one, but,
whatever often.
Tell me how you dug the hole. Let's talk about that.
Took a shovel when I dug it up.
Okay. All right. And then how did you put your mother's body in the hole? How was she oriented? Was she face up? Is she
Okay, so originally I was gonna put her in legs first, and I realized that was a bad idea.
Right.
So I put her in head first, and then I folded her legs in. You're gonna when you dig her up, whenever you do that, you'll find the legs first, which should make it easier for you to pull it out. But
okay. How big a hole we talking about here, Greg?
pretty big.
Well, I mean, let's say circumference-wise. If you had to put you're a math guy. What do you think?
I mean, you guys got rid of the fire pit, but it was the circumference of the fire pit.
That's what the whole thing was, just the circumference of the fire pit?
Yeah, and then it kind of coned down.
Did you get tired?
Well, yeah, that, and I was on a time limit.
Okay, all right. So Detective Escobar,
God
so you're aware
damn.
Greg strangled her to death. A few hands on her neck. Go again.
Originally started with one, but then I thought two's better than one.
Okay, all right. And that was two on both times? You choked your
Well, I will.
strangled her?
Yeah. Well, she was like up against the wall, and if I was at my house, I'd show you. But
okay.
It was interesting.
It was interesting. Strangling your mother, I fucking can't. Again, I feel like I'm not speaking a lot, but like, dude, this entire thing is so fucking. I watch true crime and I listen to true crime all the time. This is weird.
It's hard to.
This is fucking wild, bro.
Her body was on the floor.
Yeah.
Like you had her like.
Like,
pinned
there's
in-
no shame. There's not even like fake
Of the wall on the
empathy being
floor?
displayed. It's just unadulterated. Yeah, it happened.
Right, master bedroom?
Like,
You
huh?
can see when you go in there, the bed's tilted. We started on the bed. We struggled off the bed onto the left side, where I proceeded to kill her.
Okay.
While Gregory leads the officers through the woods, Brian and Dylan sit together in the back of a nearby patrol car as the boys talk about their current situation,
Oh, shit.
seeming not to realize they're being
Oh my
recorded.
God.
It becomes very clear that they don't understand the consequences they'll soon be facing.
Jesus
I told
Christ.
the entire thing because they knew it already. Dude, I haven't been in cuffs all night, and then this lady shows up and she puts me in cuffs.
Wait, you were in cuffs? Dude, they showed up and I was okay, and then they're like, okay, wait, were you in cuffs?
They
Dude,
transported me without cuffs.
I'm like, wait, so like Dylan saw this house? He was like, no, they're with our other detectives. And was like, shit, he's fired at the police station. So they called my father.
Oh no!
Yeah, they called my father. My father knows that I'm involved in this. I'm gonna get chewed out when I get home.
What the
I'm not
fuck?
gonna get a birthday or Christmas or anything. I'm
God
gonna be
damn.
grounded for the next.
Yeah, you guys
10
gotta
years
worry about more than
and
that.
disowned by my entire family.
Dude, I'm not even getting to work tomorrow.
Someone's about to get fired.
Dude, no, we had that job.
Oh man.
We were making 15 an hour. Come on, guys. This is important. Yeah, it was 15 an hour.
Wait, are we not able to anymore?
Be done by now.
What time are we going over there? Only the willpower to stay up so long.
No, how it's working, you have to be there 11 o'clock till around 7 o'clock. Yeah, but it's 8 times 15. It's 140.
Jesus Christ.
They
They're just having.
Seems that the
God
concept of
damn.
serving jail time for their crimes
Yeah,
doesn't
they're
even
idiots. Maybe
cross
it's
the boys'
because of the
minds.
age, or because
Is
they're
this
like,
just
we
a
didn't
sign of
actually
their
kill them.
immaturity?
I
Or
feel
do
like
the
that's
two
just
really
ignorance.
Feel that they haven't committed a crime by helping Greg cover up his
I
mother's
feel like
murder.
they really didn't
Is that
feel
Greg?
feel like they
That's not
could
Greg.
they did
That
a
guy's too
crime. I
tall
feel
and
like they
skinny. No,
can
it's Greg. Look at his
plead
limp.
innocence,
he has
or
to
they
point
can
out where the body is.
plead.
That's Greg.
That's great.
Mine.
Oh my God.
I know, he's not in mine.
Oh my God. What the fuck? What the fuck? These are some Call of Duty motherfuckers. I can't.
Like, honestly.
Wow. He's not even.
Like, I'll do a lot of things for a friend.
I was under the impression I was taking some property. I got some speakers out of it. I was enjoying those tonight. I was kind of drunk. You should ask.
The complete lack of accountability from Dylan and Brian is appalling.
Yeah,
However,
it sounds like they did not care much for the mother. Probably lacks amount of decent amount of empathy and also looked at it as, we didn't actually kill her, we didn't actually touch or move her body, because it sounds like they weren't involved with that. They literally were just involved with staging the scene. So they were probably thinking they could play it off as, oh yeah, he needed help, and we were too. I'm hoping, or I'm not hoping, but I'm thinking if they're smart, they could play it off as like they were kind of scared to go to the cops and didn't want to rat their friend in, and yeah, no, you're still gonna get charged. It's not gonna be as bad as your buddy, probably in most states, but you're still gonna fall. There's still consequences there.
More apparent when they bizarrely decide to sing "Alien Boy" by Oliver Tree.
I was sitting there singing Bruno Mars and all that, just like blasting the speakers. I had them all hooked up and it looked nice in my room.
I fell down.
I was listening to that too. 3 doors down, so
Jesus
you can't
Christ.
ignore it. I'll hunt you down like Tyrannosaurus.
Eventually, all three boys are transported back to the police station. After a hectic night of processing, Gregory, Dylan, and Brian are
That's so
reunited in the
fucked.
back of
I
a patrol
can't with
car
that.
and transported to the Department of
I
Juvenile
straight up
Justice,
cannot.
where it's very clear they have no idea they're being recorded.
Because, like, I was asking for a bottle of water so much. The one that he was like, the water's in that fountain right there. And I'm just like, I'm not drinking out of that. Like, I'm just going to get AIDS straight from drinking from that water fountain.
There are Call of
I
Duty
know.
kids.
There's
Damn.
just-
Okay.
In cell, like, were they in front of you or behind you?
In front.
Okay, I was gonna say, they're
But
how the hell are you gonna do that? You're gonna like have to do some like trapeze.
oh no, when I had to like flush the toilet, I literally had to like kick the button pretty much.
Yeah, you need to be quiet for 1 second. 1 Delta 65 Central.
How about the cop is just
Three
sitting
juvenile
there?
males En route to DJJ. Starting mileage is.
How do they
581.
not realize
You
that
guys
they're
got
being
any help?
recorded in that car?
Dude, seriously.
You know that cop is like, oh yeah, they're getting this. Like, this is going to be useful to a certain degree. You like, just from that, okay, you guys get back to talking. Because, like, obviously the cops are aware that they're being recorded, but a surprising amount of people do not realize that there's either audio or video or both recorders in cop cars. Like, if you get pulled into a cop car, they're going to film you. They are going to have that on record to, like, use against you. That's just a fucking fact, bro.
Oh, I was not sitting down on that toilet. It was like steel and there was white stuff all over the toilet. I'm just like, I'll pass on that.
My dad, dude. Why my dad here?
What? My family isn't here. I guess they just disowned me already.
You're Brian?
Jesus.
What? Yeah, I'm Brian.
No, they have a lawyer. They're with a lawyer with you.
Well, my family loves me, so.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not getting. I'm gonna get disowned anyway. The lawyers to get me disowned.
The more time the three boys spend reunited, the less remorse they seem to
Jesus
have.
Christ. Because it seems like they
I was
play
about
off
to
of
know
each
my
other or
grandma's
feed into each
birthday.
other.
Last night.
Aw.
It was my grandma's birthday.
Not Mima's birthday.
I got to see her
Grandmama.
for her birthday first.
Jesus Christ.
This to help. Oh my god. Cat's gonna kill me. Why? She freaked out when I didn't answer her for 30 minutes. She had everyone she knew blow up my phone. And she called me like 30 times.
Oh,
And
shit.
texted me about 100 times.
Instead of being worried about what Kat will think of him after she learns about the horrible things he's done, Brian only cares about her being mad at him for not responding to her texts. This just showcases
That's a
the
straight
utter
teen
lack
thought
of
process right
understanding
there.
from the boys.
Especially 14,
And
15,
I
bro.
get slapped about 30 times when I get back to school.
And you were gonna walk back to campus.
I had online work I had to do. I'm worried about school still graduating, you know.
Yeah, and all the
What?
and I'm okay, Brian. I mean, I can't graduate.
It's my senior year. I was supposed to graduate this year.
For the first time, it seems as though the boys may be starting to realize that their disturbing actions will have long-term consequences.
No
School,
fucking shit.
friends,
Damn.
and life as these boys know it
Damn.
will now be changed forever. Not long after arriving at the juvenile center, Brian's family posted his $100,000 bond. In the 3.5 years prior to their court date, Brian finished high school, started college, and was employed. On the other hand, Dylan wasn't offered a bond for 309
Damn,
days.
Dylan
as
was
the court
one
was
of the
concerned that
family.
his history of mental health issues may lead him to hurt himself.
Dylan was the
when he
family.
finally
Dylan was the one
given a
with the
bond,
family that had
it
a
was
lawyer.
$200,000, meaning there was essentially no way for him to post his bail. For his part in the
Damn.
crime, Dillon was sentenced to 828 days in jail, followed by 10 years of probation.
I mean,
despite
honestly,
both boys having
considering.
been charged with accessory after the fact to second-degree murder, Brian was given a different sentence. At his hearing, Gail's sister spoke on the pain their family had suffered as a result of the actions taken by Gregory, Dillon, and Brian. In response, Brian said that he was sorry the tragic killing had happened, but that he was simply naive at the time and didn't take Gregory's murderous claims seriously. Even at his sentencing, it seemed that Brian was wholly unwilling to take full accountability for his actions. In the end, he was sentenced to 14 years of probation, with the first 364 days of that term being served in the Volusia County
I mean,
jail.
okay, so longer
According to
probation
Volusia County
time,
Sheriff
but
Mike Chitwood,
overall,
Gregory
that's still
Ramos
very...
is one of the top 3 sociopaths
Damn.
he's ever come in contact with. And
Top
it's
3?
easy to see
Who
why.
were the other
For the brutal
two?
slaying
Fuck!
of his mother,
That's
Gregory
crazy,
was
bro.
charged as an adult and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. While his sentence can be reviewed again in 25 years, Gregory will serve a lifetime probation, no matter what.
Shit. Alright, what are the... Wait, full screen. What are the comments? I really believe Greg is irredeemable. The callousness of how he talks about the whole situation, the pride he took in taking it. I feel bad for his, would they be half-siblings? I don't know. With it for his siblings. He's telling the story like it's an everyday routine. Just imagine being this kid's sponsor. Someone I'm guessing was pretty involved in his life, sitting with him and supporting him during a time when you assume he's going through a lot of heartbreak, only for him to confess to murdering his mother right in front of you. Here's what I have to say. That had to have been horrible to experience, but I feel like the detective already knew that something was up. Like, it's... You gotta remember, the sponsor was a police officer / detective, so I feel like he picked up on stuff. That's why he immediately questioned him about the bruising. Jeez. I recently heard a podcast in which a forensic investigator described strangulation from the victim's perspective, and it really is a gruesome way to die. Movies portray it as a thing of seconds, but it rather is a thing of several minutes of suffering, especially when the victim gets unconscious but not dead yet, and the murderer has to do it all over again when the victim wakes up to actually complete the murder. Yeah, because, I mean, you're literally choking someone out. Someone in the comments saying, I was a corrections officer who supervised Gregory briefly. The kid was intelligent and did not act like your typical inmate of his age. You can easily tell he has some demons lurking within the body of a kid that could have been better with more help. Heart goes out to Gail and the family. The fact that she survived the first attempt and he still did it again shows that it truly wasn't an impulsive decision. He wanted to kill her, and that's horrifying. Jesus. God damn. And again, we don't know what was going at home. This doesn't really touch up on it. So I don't know if there was any history of any, like, domestic violence or questionable circumstances in his early, like, I say early, he's 15, but, like, much earlier formative years, like, toddler, not quite infancy, but, like, you know, toddler to, like, 10. I don't know if he went through anything, but still, what the fuck, bro? That was nuts. I think I'm going to call it there. It's actually been, let's see, we've been streaming for 2 hours. The stream cut at, I think, 7.5 hours. Let me double check that, actually. Real quick. I hate that the stream cut when it did. Yeah, just about 7.5 hours. 7 hours, 26 minutes, 30 seconds. So 7.5 hours, and we are 2 hours in. So we have been streaming for what? Way too long. Shit, brother. It has been more than 8 hours. This has been an awesome day. I can't believe it's already 8. I'm going to have whiplash tomorrow because I'm going to have to actually get up in the morning to go to work. But this has been fun. We're going to be we're obviously going to be completing. We're going to be continuing Everhood. I'm excited for that. We're also going to be starting Dead Space soon since we finished Soma. Oh my god, Soma was such a good game. Holy fuck. So good. So beautiful. As for this week's stream plans, this was the big stream, quite honestly. For those of you who don't know, and those of you that do know, I work retail, and, I have 2 days off because I work 40 hours a week, at least, and I usually have Mondays and Fridays off. So I try to do the more exciting streams on Friday because, honestly, in my opinion, most people will call in on Fridays, or we'll have Fridays and Saturdays off, or Saturdays and Sundays off. So I don't know. I feel like it's the best day for me to kind of fully immerse myself in the streaming thing or whatever else I'm doing, because I feel like there's more people that would be interested and available to watch the streams sometime during Friday as opposed to Monday, where the week is just starting. Monday are my more chill streams, or that's what I'm trying to go with, more of the podcasty type streams, or just chill streams. I don't anticipate anyone to show up Mondays, basically, but Fridays I do anticipate having at least a few people in here during parts of the streams, depending on what I'm doing. So I have work tomorrow and I have work Sunday, unfortunately, but Monday I'll be back at around 2 p.m. We're going to be trying Resident Evil 3 with Endo, because we played through the main story for Resident Evil 2, and that we played through the canon survivor story for Resident Evil 2, unlocking the tofu mode. And we played through the first non-canon survivor. I think we finished that one. I could be wrong. And then we didn't finish, but we did attempt to play the remaining 2 non-canon survivor stories. So I think we're done there. Honestly, I don't want to spend too long trying to beat those on stream. I would rather go back at some point and maybe try to beat them, make it a challenge. But we're going to be starting Resident Evil 3, and that's fun and exciting. And I say we because more than likely what's going to happen, and what happens with the games that Endo and I play, is we pass the controller back and forth. So I'll be playing some of it. Endo will be playing some of it. I'll have redeems in chat so that people can make us switch the controller at times. So that's fun. That's cool. And then there's nothing planned for Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday because I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. What I have been doing lately, which I kind of like, is I've been doing the main bigger streams for main games on Twitch, and during Fridays or Mondays, and then I've been doing other smaller streams on the Discord where I screen share and I use my mic and everything. So in the Discord, I've been playing through the first Fallout game. So throughout the next X amount of weeks, I'm probably just going to be... I kind of want to make it just a thing that I do, where I have main games that I'm playing, and then I hop on random games, and I go ahead and I screen share them / stream them on the Discord. So if you're not a part of the Discord, there's the Discord. I usually do it before or after work, so... Mostly after work, just because I'm more of an evening person. So anytime after 8:30, because... my shifts at work are usually between 11:15 to 8:15 or 2 to 11. So I'm either going to be screen sharing around 8:30 p.m. EST or close to midnight EST. But yeah, that's a thing that I've started for the last couple of weeks that I've been doing randomly. I try to warn people ahead of time in the Discord when I'm planning on doing it. There have been a couple times I've had to kind of back out of it because migraines happen and other things happen because work. But I do like doing it, and we have gotten some stuff done in Fallout. I recently got new weaponry. Right now, I'm just exploring the map. I might play some more of it tonight. If I do, I'll warn you guys on the Discord. I don't think I will, but I might. I haven't fully decided, because I've spent a lot of time on the screen today, so I should probably turn off the PC and back away slowly. And then, every week, I'm going to post the schedule for the next week, sometime Thursday in the Discord and on my Twitter. But yeah. I am excited because the last week or the last couple of weeks of December are going to be kind of nice because we have Christmas, which my work is closed for Christmas, and then we have my family's pagan, so we don't celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Yule. So I have Yule Eve the day before and Yule off. Although Yule I will be doing stuff with my family because it is a holiday. I might still pop in and do either a planned stream or an unplanned stream sometime that day. We will see what happens. I'm not 100% sure there. But I will have extra time to play around with, so that'll be cool. I'm excited for that. That'll be fun. But yeah. I can't get over how good Soma was. I really do kind of regret not playing it sooner. Shit was fun. Let me go ahead and do this. And that's going to be that. Yeah, this has been a really chill ass day. I've enjoyed myself. What are my plans? I think I'm just going to get up, stretch my legs, go check in with family, maybe chill downstairs. If I do hop back on Fallout 1 and screen share, it won't be until like late tonight. I know I have work tomorrow, but it's late enough in the morning. It's not till I think 11. I can still basically stay up until like 1, 2, 3 a.m. and then get a few hours sleep and I'll be good for the next day. So we'll see what, like I said, we'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure. I'll post in the Discord if I am, or I'll post somewhere. Either the Discord or Twitter. That's the places I go on. But yeah, this has been nice. I'm gonna get up, stretch my legs, greet family members, clean up my desk, because my desk is kind of a mess. It's got an empty Monster can. It's got a half-empty coffee. I have to put some slimes away that I had over here that I was messing with during True Crime. I have nuts that I gotta put away, and I have a half-eaten bag of chips I gotta put away. Well, veggie chips. Yeah. This has been nice. I'm still kind of annoyed that the stream died a half an hour or two, but, you know. It is what it is. It could have been worse. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. It means a ton to me. Till next stream, friends. Goodbye.